We are back for another episode. Only Pod Can Judge Me. Your host, D King, the big fella in the place to be. My man on the left.
R to the K, a.k.a. Illogic 100. Holla at me.
My man to the right.
And it's your boy, Wayne D the Barber, Wayne D253. Come check me out. I'm here.
I know you got something for us.
Come on, listen. And before we get started, y'all, all our subscribers out there, man, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for supporting, rocking with us. But y'all who just tapping in, y'all hit the like button, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, man. Share it with your friends. If you hear something positive, man, that's all we're trying to be, is three brothers out here just giving out positive information.
Hey, man,
Yes,
that's well spoken, man. I will say this, man. Hope everybody's weekend went well, man. Since we came here last week, I mean, it was a really good time. Enjoyed ourselves, and like I said, that will be airing soon, so you guys can stay tuned. Make sure once you subscribe, you pay attention to your notifications because it lets you know when each episode does drop.
That's right.
How was your weekend, Dwayne?
Come on, man. Listen, I had a family time. Look, family affair. Look, we went down to the ocean shores, was on the ski doos, on the go-karts, and we was just living it up, just enjoying. And then we tapped in this weekend with you guys at the crossover and just been enjoying it with the family, big chilling.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. How that Ocean Shores, how was that?
Oh, man, it was, actually, when we was driving out there, it was a little gloomy.
Okay.
So we got out there, and it was probably like a good 70, 75. You close to that water, it get a little cold. Out here, it was like 80, but it's a little chilly. But when we got out there, it kind of opened up, and skies got blue, and it was a beautiful day. We was out there in the little boats at the arcade. You've been in the arcade with the boats.
Right.
We was squirting water, so when you got wet, you got to get a little bit of sun to kind of dry you off.
Sure.
It was actually cool. It turned out to a good day. So
what was you just took a 2-hour drive?
we just took a 2-hour drive down and back and just chilled, enjoyed, and came on back.
Did you have some of that pizza?
Nah, this time we had a breakfast joint. Like, it was called Hour Place or something like that. It was actually a solid little hole in the wall joint, little mom and pop joint, but it was actually solid, real solid.
They had some good breakfast?
They had some good breakfast.
Okay.
I can't complain. Yeah.
Okay, what about you, bro?
Man, it was the wifey's birthday, man, so it's been a long weekend, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Man,
we started out, was it Friday? We was kicking it. Saturday, we went to the Griot's Griot / Good Guys car shows. You know what I'm saying? It's the biggest one of the summer, man. Everybody comes out, man. Everybody shows their rides off. So we did that. We walked around for a couple hours.
Did you pull up on one of yours?
Nah, I didn't pull nothing out, man.
Come on, man. Look, you had to pull up too. I know you got something in the.
Hey, whose birthday was it?
His wifey's birthday.
Okay, but that's a you thing, right?
It's a me thing, but she just wanted to kick it. She just wanted to spend time.
Okay.
So you got yourself in the mix as well.
Look, she's smart a little bit of her time with you. Look, come on.
She told me that's what she wanted to do, so we did it. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't mad at you. I know that's a you thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's good stuff, man.
We still was able to catch that fight though.
Okay, so what happened Friday though? You got to give us play-by-play. Friday night, you can't just skip to Saturday.
I don't even remember what happened Friday.
It was showtime.
I thought you was asking what was going on there.
That boy said weekends is just collaborating. Like, look, man,
it's a blur. The whole weekend
coming
was
together,
blur, man. We was kicking it, man. Yeah, that's right. Friday night, our cousin Tori's in town.
Okay.
She's in town for the weekend out here representing from Texas.
Come on.
She did her thing, you know what I'm saying?
And hey, listen, Texas has been taking the L's this weekend. But I go look, we gonna get there. But look, we gonna get there. But look, hey, you don't want to do too much Texas love.
Right neck in the woods too. So, but yeah. But she came out here for a high school reunion. You know what I'm saying? I guess Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin High School.
Was there
30 year?
30 year, yeah. So
she
came out here, did her thing, and she, they were all kicking. It's her birthday weekend too. Shout out Tori, happy birthday!
Hey, shout out.
So we all got in. We all went out. We got to this little spot called JJ's. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Little sports bar. You know what I'm saying? Had a few of them libations.
Tasty beverages.
Libations. You know what I'm saying? And we kicked it, had a good time.
I have to use that one. Look, libations.
So Friday's a blur. Saturday the car show. So Saturday night, what happened?
Oh, we had to see the fight.
Okay.
So we went. We was gonna go to the casino.
Okay.
Of course, casinos was packed, ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We tried to get there early, and it was really ridiculously packed. And so we just turned around and flipped the script and went to La Familia. a little sports bar, you know what I'm saying, down there in Kent or Des Moines area, you know what I'm saying? And went down there, had a good time, watched the fight, you know what I'm saying? They charged the dub, which I didn't like, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. We did that.
Okay.
You know
Sunday had you wrap it up.
Oh man, Sunday we went down the brunch. We was down in your neck of the woods in Tacoma, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you went to the little brunch at Nate Jackson thing.
Yeah.
How was that?
Wait, which one are you talking about?
Was you there with the missus?
Yeah.
That was at Nate Jackson's funny comedy show.
No. That's not what we did on Sunday. Sunday we went to the old pancake house. What's it called?
Okay. Old fashioned or
original pancake.
How do you like that?
It was cool.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but it's cool.
It's cool. Yeah. It wasn't like it was
I'm
over
bragging
the top.
about it.
It was
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to the we tried something different. Went to the original pancake house. You know what I'm saying? And then and after that we chilled, and then what we do after that? We did something else too, man. Man, it was actually packed.
Well, you say you been moving and
It
grooving.
seemed like you had a good weekend.
Look,
Yeah,
bro.
man, it was crazy.
Man, happy birthday to Javonica
Big
Johnson.
shout out,
sir.
man.
Man, what is she, 21 now?
For the third time?
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing.
I'll let you tell it.
Hey, big fella. Speaking of the weekend, how about yourself, man? What you get into?
Man, I didn't really get into too much, man. I was waiting for the wife and my son to get back from Vegas. So I had to check them out
They
there.
did. How they do?
They went 4-1.
Good.
They ended the season on a good note, not the way they wanted, but we'll take the 4-1.
Nice.
It's camaraderie with his team, and the wife was down there in Vegas with him, and they got a chance to hang and bonding with mother and son, so that was cool too.
Definitely.
And I just chilled here really with Royal and Ayers for the most part, and I a huge prayer shout out to one of my younger cousins, man, that has some health issues right now. So I actually got to spend some time with my uncle and aunt at the hospital and saying a prayer for my cousin BJ. He's in a situation that God only God can get him out of. We're believers. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So being able to spend time with family, knowing what the real reason of what love is and that type of thing, and just anticipating the family coming back, and did the crossover Saturday and Sunday. Marjan Beauchamp broke the scoring record on Saturday, and we went viral again. 83 points.
Hey.
It was
83 points in the one game.
Spectacular.
Yikes!
Truly spectacular.
Who was that did that?
Marjan Beauchamp.
That's what's up.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Shout out to you, man.
He really put on a show for the city. I mean, and you can tell because I coached him in high school, and just to see. There's levels to this game when you play basketball. Like his approach is 100% professional. His workout is 100% professional. How he prepares himself is 100% professional. All of it just shows why pros can separate themselves from anything else of what's happening. So it was just actually fun to watch. Huge shout out to my niece Rakea. She is in charge of the players' entrance.
Yeah,
she makes sure that she puts everything in place properly, and so it's just love and being able to help her out before she gets ready to go back to school. Yeah, and it's a good thing, man. It was a good weekend, man. I love the weather, and we excited.
The weather's nice.
We excited again for what
shorts all week.
Absolutely for what's to come. I got a question for you guys before we get started, though.
Yeah.
What does family mean to you?
Jeez.
Family means everything. I mean, it's especially coming off my family reunion that we did earlier this year, man. It just really trips me out because even though family isn't always the smoothest thing at all times, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's tough dealing with family, you know what I mean? But it's still all love, and everybody knows it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? There's that saying, blood is thicker than water, is there for a reason, because people know that I mean, I got family. I got family that's, okay, I got to say it like this. I got family that's related to me, but I also got family that I chose too. Right. And that's just as equally, the bonds are just as strong as my family. But at the end of the day, man, it's like it's really about all of y'all together. You know what I mean? It's all about that unity, that bond of each one of y'all. And you hope that they worry about your life and your happiness as much as you care for theirs.
Have your best interest at heart.
Yeah, exactly. Because if they don't, sometimes you gotta, you can still love family, but you might have to love them from a distance. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's still all love, but it is what it is.
That's good, man.
You know what I'm saying? Life is life.
Because you never know what somebody is going through out there, and there's rifts, there's misunderstandings, there's miscommunications, there's all kind of ripples. And like I said, with being able to help encourage somebody out there of our viewers that may be watching is like, that's why they say FOE, family over everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It didn't necessarily say that it has to be your blood to be family.
Right.
Exactly.
Because sometimes a friend stick closer than a brother.
Right.
And so, like you said, there's some that you chose.
Right.
What about you, Dwayne?
And for me, I'm just echo that same thing. I think it is love. But for me, I'm gonna go a little bit further because you had made mention of it. When you do have those riffraffs, because there are times when blood is thicker than water, and sometimes family there are you guys have disagreements, and when those disagreements do happen, I feel those disagreements do happen majority of the time. It'd be lack of communication. It'd be misunderstanding communication, and so when it's those kind of situations, even though I might be going through a situation and I might think things is peachy, I feel like I kind of categorize family members, and I think like for my family, I'm like if we were building a house, I would be like a beam, because I kind of feel like without the beam or the foundation, like that whole house kind of crumbles. And for me, I kind of like that avenue. I'm like energy. I'm a Cancer. We love doing family gatherings, and so a lot of the time the family will do functions and come to functions because I have been invited. They might have a rap with this person. They might have a rap with this person. They might have an art with this person. But for me, if I'm doing something, the kind of family will come around. And so for me, like I said, it's just me. I just like partying. I just like, just hosting. Same way with you. I just like hosting and just, spread I'm getting all the spread. And it's just love, just kicking it, just hanging out. And so for me, like RK was saying, it's love. It's love, love, love. And even though we have different disagreements, I will say I've been with my wife. We're going into our 8th year. We had 7 going into our 8th year, but we have never missed a day of prayer. And every morning in that prayer is included our family members. And we're calling out names when situations has happened. We're calling out individuals. We're calling out marriages. We're like really dedicated just to intercede on behalf of family members. So I'm like, it's love.
And that's interesting, like, because it makes me think about a situation that I was an observer to, where I was close, to a family that was going through a situation. And, I made it my thing not to get involved because it's family. Even though things looked like it was bleak and obsolete, like it was the sky was falling at the time, years later, they're just as tight as ever, like nothing ever happened. Yeah. And that helped me to understand, from a young person's perspective, that you just don't get involved in the things when it's family.
Right.
Family is family. It's like, it's a bond. It's a bond y'all share. You know what I mean? And so for me and my family, I know that we share that bond. And even though we can laugh about each other, we could talk mess to each other, you know what I'm saying? We could joke, we could do all that stuff. We could be mad at each other. We could, I'm not, be frustrated, but we'll still come back around to each other eventually and mend fences. But sometimes you gotta be like, hey, this is who I am. And this is where I stand with things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Agree.
And because family, because your family, because pecking orders, and because the way you guys were raised, sometimes that's not the way people view you. Yeah. Hey, we're grown now. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same way it used to be. Right. You know what I mean? Things have changed, and I'm feeling differently about this situation or that situation. And sometimes you got to put it down like that with family.
Just piggybacking a little bit off of what you were kind of going through. And like you said, there are situations where you don't get it because at the end of the day, there are situations that do happen, and that individual may have forgiven, like let it be the spouse. That individual may have forgiven that individual, but the family's like, nah, bro, you did that individual wrong, and they're gonna hold on to it. They don't know anything about the forgiveness or the process that's taking place.
Exactly.
All they know about is the or whatever happened. They're like, bro, you didn't, and they won't. And you guys would be cool, but the family would think differently to it. And so for me, like I said, I've always been that individual that if you're going through a situation, look, that's something that y'all go through. I'll pray for you on it, and that's what it is. It is what it is. I hope that the Lord takes care of it. And I'm still love each and every one of the individuals as they are. And so, because if you get over a relationship with an individual and you're cool with the person, I still might be thinking differently. Like, bro, you stalked her in the face, like, bro, like, you're like, no, guys, you don't know if they forgive. So that's why I kind of take that stance where you're at. Like, I just be like, look, it is what it is. Your situation, and hey, look, I'm gonna love you from a distance, remove myself at sometimes, but sometimes there are times when Uncle Wayne got to come in and put the guns out, but it's not how something out guns out. Hey,
That's good. That's well put. That's well put. Both of you guys. Like I said, I'll sum it up. And honestly, man, I'm the type of person when I love hard. And anybody that knows me, that I'm really big on family. I'm really, if I'm with you, I'm with you. If I don't rock with you, I don't rock with you. That's just who I am. And it's not anything personal. It's just that I don't allow everybody to be in my personal space enough to know. So, I mean, like I said, when you be able to show people, and I think it's more than just telling. You know what I'm saying? When you can provide an example of this person may really need you, and you don't know how bad they need you, whether it's a conversation, whether it's helping them move something, whether it's helping them just being in the mix, or I think conversation is really everything because it provides therapy.
Good.
And like I said, when you have family, and you never know what everybody's going to do because everybody's not going to share their business with you.
That's right.
But at the same token, though, you have to realize and understand that if you can say something that is encouraging, what's wrong with doing it? Or what's wrong with being nice?
It don't cost you nothing.
Right. And I always heard the saying that older people saying, it's just nice to be nice. Yeah. And I think that when you can do that and it's genuine, I think that it just makes, like we said, every family's not blood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every family's not blood. There's some people that I can depend on that are not blood. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to use the term more, but
I agree.
I don't want to use
the term I hear where you're coming from, but
you may lean towards more because, you know, your family may love you, but they might not be able to do that. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that if more people have the mind frame and the capacity to think big picture, the world will be a better place.
Yeah. And I'm a firm believer of families are a book that's not written yet or that's not been told. Like that's how life is. Like there's a new chapter or a new page that we create today. There's a new page that you create tomorrow. It's just an ongoing book that we never know the ending of until an individual goes home to be with.
It's a very powerful word, and I like to say, even so, when you come up in sports as kids, like I see my sons, and they play, and like they have teammates that they've now are collecting data for relationships that will last for as long as they're around.
Yeah.
And you know, playing in high school, playing in college, these people that you meet.
Yeah.
I have friends that meet in high school that have been there for forever. You know what I'm saying? And like spent more time with some of the people that I have in my family. Right. So I mean, I'm just saying situations and circumstances in sports will teach you, because people like to say family on three. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People gotta realize, what does that really mean?
Yeah. What does that really mean?
It means that's your ride or die, that they go in the foxhole with you, because when you're in sports, ain't that what you gotta do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's either barbecue or mildew. So it's like,
you gonna see.
And when you have your kids and you teach them that early, they can understand the concept. They might not understand it. You just tell them that's your cousin and you don't know. But if you guys are playing a sport together, that's your cousin. You guys got to win together. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I just think I wanted to kind of present that, and it might be out there to encourage somebody else that, man, if you have a family member that you haven't talked to, or there's misunderstanding, or there's just turmoil, have a conversation. Talk to somebody about it. Be there for one another, because life is too short. Getting to seeing my cousin laying in the hospital bed and wanting to be able to talk but can't say anything, now that's pressure. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been on my back in a hospital bed where you're not being able to breathe. That's pressure. But when you have all the activities of your limbs that God gives us, there's nothing wrong with they say, okay, bro, I've watched you. You moved up here. You've been through this. You've been through that, man. You've been inspiration to me. You don't know what that would do for you with me telling you that. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be going through something at your job that's like, man, I had a bad day.
I'm about to get out of here. Like, what am I up here for? But I just think encouragement just in general.
Or saying, Dwayne, man, I see you, how you are. Like I said, you can adapt to a lot of different situations, bro. And I see that you'll get the shirt off your back, man. Keep encouraging the world with that.
Come on, man.
Because we need more people like that. You don't know how much that may mean to you in that situation.
And not only that, it didn't cost you nothing.
Right.
Like, come on, bro.
Right.
What does it cost an individual to give a compliment?
Right.
That's what I'm like.
That's a fact.
Right. It don't cost you anything for you to encourage or for you to uplift or for you to say something positive to another individual.
That's
what I see.
I don't know if the world can. I just think we need to be more together.
Oh, that's love. It's just love.
I'm gonna do my part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like I said, I mean, I openly will say that when you have family, it is family over everything, whether it's blood or it's your play cousin, your uncle that's really your cousin, because we grew up with
everybody cousin, like, right. Hey, cuz, I go back home. I'm like, bro, I don't even know. But hey, cuz.
Right. That's just how it is, man.
You say back up, what's up, love? You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, shout out back home.
Every coast, every city got their ways.
Hey, speaking of it, look, I am repping the town today. I repped it for a reason. Look, come Tacoma, we here, baby. We here. All right, look, we repping, baby. I'm repping y'all. We pushing. Come on.
We're gonna let you have that.
Let me have that. Look.
Hey, we going hard to paint, man. Supposedly the biggest fight.
Supposedly. In your eyes. Look.
Hold on.
I'm listening.
Because I'll be the first one to speak
Go
on
ahead,
it.
speak on it then.
It was supposed to be the biggest fight since Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, when it turned out to be extremely one-sided. Extremely one-sided. Terrence Crawford showed the world, he showed me, and he showed the whole world that he's the best welterweight in the world until somebody can beat him. That was bad, bro.
Let us know. Look, you see it, let us know.
That was bad. I mean, I don't know what else to say except for, man, Spence looked like he was so slow, and his punches were going like, you know, I was thinking about Zootopia when they was in the movie Zootopia when they was in the driver's license place and the sloth was telling them.
He was just going, everything was so slow. He was giving up a license like,
you right. And then you look at him 6 hours later, and it's dark outside. They still there, but his punches were just so slow. And Crawford just sat back and countered everything, and there was no game plan when you get hit that many times. Shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford. I was wrong.
You a believer?
I was wrong.
You a believer now?
You showed me in that fight that you were the better man that night. And that's all I can say.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Now that all right. No, I agree. You did say pound for pound that in that division, he is the man. Okay, I can respect that.
I'll give credit where credit is due. Only I can judge.
I can respect that.
I was wrong.
I can respect that.
I was wrong in my prediction. I was wrong.
Jeez. I'm gonna let you go ahead. I have to go ahead.
Well, okay, I was right, and the reason why I was right, I can say I didn't expect it to be that one-sided.
Nobody did.
Yeah. You know, he dominated it.
If someone said they predicted that, they're lying.
Yeah.
I've been seeing people being little memes like, "Oh, I predicted in the night that he was gonna knock." Like, stop. Like, that's a lie. Like, I'm not believing that.
Andre Berto gave the best
prediction
before the fight.
Okay.
And he called it. He said it's going to be a stoppage, and he kind of explained it.
Okay.
I give shout out Andre Berto. I give you props for that. But what I did see was the fact that Bud Crawford is just too crafty. You know, he got too much in his bag. He's so skillful. You know what I'm saying? He displayed that he could. So he basically took apart his whole game plan before he even came out. Right. He knew exactly what he was going to do.
He turned the jabs away into hooks. That's the part that messed me up.
Man, and then he countered him from angles that he couldn't respond from. Right. You know, he was hitting him with stuff because he knew he hadn't faced that many southpaws. Yeah. And he was hitting him with stuff with angles that he couldn't even protect himself from. When he got knocked down the first time, he got
just a little jab.
Like, it was a hit right here.
He wasn't even ready for that.
I was like, that threw me off because it wasn't no face. It was it was like a little shoulder, collarbone. I'm like, man.
And then the other part about it is that he was so strong that it looked like Spence just was a kid fighting a man.
He was a punching bag, man.
Yeah.
A human punching bag.
Yeah.
Everybody said it was like Martin Lewis after he fought.
Did you see it? Did the face look like it, bro? Every time I've been seeing it, I have been, bro. And he was getting whipped. He was getting locked on.
Yeah.
So
I was yelling for the stoppage. I was like, y'all gotta stop it.
If y'all don't mind me gloating in, because I'm not gonna lie to you. If you guys go back and look at the tape, last week, what did I say? Last week I said, are he gonna go in there one way and his ability to switch up. I was speaking of it when I was talking about Timothy Bradley was talking about how Bud Crawford was able, the ability just to switch up in the middle of just rounds.
Yeah.
And I said that last week, and I said it's going to happen early. I didn't say because Bud usually starts to feel you out by third, fourth round, and he wants to switch it. Last week I said to y'all, I said if it doesn't happen by the second or third round for him to switch it up and for him to go southpaw, and that's what he did.
Yeah.
He switched it up because the first round he was actually Spence was actually kind of giving it to him. First round, had a little right hook or like a little rocky.
Bud wasn't throwing. He didn't throw no lefts in all the time.
Nothing at all. And in the second round, what did you do? Switched him up, and like you say, he's like a chameleon, like he was like an iguana. Where them things?
So,
like he was that ability to try
to say that your prediction was correct.
Only thing I didn't predict. I didn't predict stopping. I didn't think his ability to switch up that quick because he landing from second on. He was landing.
That ninth round, he was hitting hard.
It pulled up. He landed 60% of power shots.
Yeah.
How do you land 60% of power shots? And he threw 160 of them.
Yeah.
So he landed 80 power shots. Like
they had no. And you listen to the corner talk. Spence didn't have a game plan for that.
None. Once he switched it up. Once he switched.
And that's the thing. I couldn't hear the corners when they were talking in the fight, and I wanted to hear what was going on because it seemed like the thing that trips me out is that his trainer just got trainer of the year this year.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
from the fights that they are taking, so
so you would think that that Spence would have been more prepared.
And it was hard because when the trainer told him you need to turn the jabs into hooks,
he couldn't
because Spence was trying to get in close.
He was,
and then all Crawford was doing was countering with hooks instead of because he was too close to dope jabs.
Yeah,
so the hooks was just catching.
They were just wide,
knocking him back. Then I'm like, man, this is he was a
master plan,
and that was amazing to watch. He's great.
And then one more thing, going into the fight, I knew, like we had said last week, neither one of them had fought a fighter like each other.
We said that,
but I thought the ability of Bud being able to switch both ways, he could adapt quicker than Crawford could if he switched. Crawford or Spence. Spence only fights one way.
Yeah.
So his ability to switch, he couldn't switch. If he came in there with everything's behind the jab, and if you don't get off the jab, and he said, I was a little bit off, he was a lot of bit off. If his little bit was off, but I wanted to really know what someone's little bit is because he was off a lot.
He knocked his equilibrium off, and he was off. He was way off.
Well, in the second round,
and in the second round, that's when he got hit in his ear, right there, hey, it knocked his equilibrium off. He was off balance for the rest of the time.
Roy Jones gave a good assessment, though. He gave the best assessment after the fight, in my opinion. I watched a lot of reactions, and Roy Jones basically, the part that really caught my ear was him saying that after that accident, he's not the same. He said the way his face was start to like bruise up in the middle of that fight, it was like, you don't see nobody's face bruise up like that, and that had to be the result of them surgeries.
Well, I'll be honest with you. The reason why one of the main reasons why
his eye was bleeding, was crying blood.
One of the reasons why I thought that with Spence is because he survived those two car accidents. I thought he was almost invincible. I thought he was invincible. Because we never saw him fall.
Yeah.
So that when he fell, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy.
So quick.
Right.
Yeah. And he applies pressure on him all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and just being honest, you guys, like I said, I was wrong with my prediction. And I give credit to Terrence Bud Crawford. He's the best welterweight in the world right now. I don't know who wants to fight him. Spence said he wants to run it back. Yeah. Some people said they won't pay for that pay-per-view event.
At 154, he'd be more in his natural weight.
No, he got to fight back where he was at. Like, get your butt whooping. Look, I don't mind seeing it. I'm not paying. I didn't pay this time. Hey, look, I ain't paying. I was on the road, but I ain't paying to watch it the second time.
I want to see it again, though. No. Because you know what? I'll say it. There was a close fight. Floyd Mayweather's closest fight was against Marcus Maidana, the first one.
Yeah.
He was on Floyd's helmet. He made Floyd bleed.
Yeah. He got between him and Sugar Shane.
He was hitting him, but Sugar Shane
got that one shot. Yeah,
I'm talking about
Madonna actually was. I agree.
The actual fight.
Madonna was on him.
He was hitting him in the back of his head. Like Floyd was. It was tough. The second fight.
Oh yeah,
he destroyed that man.
Yeah.
So once he figured it out, but I think you kind of gotta do it, but then I think you kind of shouldn't do it. But Deontay Wilder and what's his name went 3, and people and it was and they watched it. People watched it.
All 3, come on, bro. All 3, Fury whopped on him.
No, the first one he didn't.
No,
man.
the first one he didn't.
Not the first one, man.
The first one on Black History when he disrespected us in February.
No, he didn't.
Didn't he?
Man, that
He did
hurts
us wrong.
my soul,
He did us
man.
wrong in
Hey,
February.
That really still hurts, man.
He knocked him down one time,
one that
but
was
then
a
he
draw.
got back like Undertaker.
No, so you got to look back at the tape. The referee counted so late, dog.
Hey, listen, I agree, but he still didn't get counted
he
out.
he was until Deontay. He was down for like 4 seconds,
Yeah.
and then he started.
Deontay, like, get out of the way,
Yeah,
get out of the way.
yeah.
Then he was like,
and then he started. Right.
yeah,
So
I
listen,
agree. I'm not denying.
the fight should have. It would have been better if it would have been 1-1, and then you did whatever happens in the third.
Yeah.
But Deontay Wilder, that the third fight that was epic.
Man.
They was going back and forth though. They was
In the
slugging each
third
other.
one?
Yeah.
In the third one, they was
The
going
third
back
one.
and forth.
But the third one, I really wanted him to. He should have took that Mayweather class, man, and did some boxing classes, man.
Yeah.
Because he changed his trainer.
He was doing some swimming
his
pool
trainer
stuff
threw the towel in.
and-
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I'm like, bruh, you
But I
still
mean, the fight,
cheesy.
the fight wasn't bad though. Is what I'm saying. It was
No.
two heavyweights fighting.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
You know, there is no really good. No, I mean, the heavyweights, you gonna get knocked out, or those fights don't go to 12 rounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying for the most part. But who wants to fight Bud Crawford? Who's next?
I mean, Jamal? Is it Jamal?
The older one, the 30,
Yeah.
30,
They was
31
talking.
and 0.
They was talking some. Yeah, he was talking mess when he went
He
red
actually-
and went over
he
to
actually-
the corner.
yeah, went to the ring.
He was talking to him
He did.
outside the ring.
Yeah, I did see that.
Does,
Yeah.
does Jamal Charlo want that?
No.
Yeah, he
No.
said he does.
Does he
No.
want the smoke?
He does not.
He's already in 154.
Yeah.
That's the 154 division.
Yeah.
He's already there. He's the champ.
Yeah.
He got one loss, right?
No, he got no losses.
No losses. His
The
brother,
smaller
Jamel.
brother's about to fight Canelo, who got one loss.
Oh, see, I was
I
confused.
thought Jamel was the younger one.
Jamil is the small,
The
younger
undefeated
one.
one is fighting.
The other one is supposed to be fighting Caleb Plant.
Yeah.
So that one, no, I'm not fighting him. But so if we want to go transition
saying
to
No,
it,
hold on, not yet, hold on. The undefeated one is fighting Canelo, right?
no, the one loss is fighting Canelo.
No, I think
Yes.
it's
No,
the
it was
undefeated
the
one.
The one loss is fighting Canelo. The
Hey,
smaller
Raquel,
one,
look up who is fighting Canelo.
Charlo versus Canelo.
Yeah,
it's Jamil is fighting.
I want to see the record.
Canelo. He's 24, 25 and 1, and then the other one's like 33 and 0. That's the
Oh,
one
he's
that
gonna
was.
fight Jamal.
Yeah, Jamil
Jamil.
is the one that. Yeah, Jamil's fighting Canelo. Jamal is the one that's undefeated.
What is Jamel's record?
Like
And
20,
they fight
20
at 168.
28 and 1. Or 28.
That is
20,
crazy.
28 or 23.
I was confused because I thought the undefeated one was fighting Canelo.
No, the
So
undefeated
who's the
one,
bigger one?
The Jamal is the bigger one.
35 1-1 is
Jamal.
Jamel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Jamal wants to
Jamal
fight. He wants to fight.
Wants to fight. The older one, the undefeated one, wants to fight Bud.
Hey,
Yeah.
but he's tough too, though.
Yeah, that's two animals in there,
Yeah,
man. That's gonna be a
That's
fight.
crazy.
Which one got slapped?
So you want me to transition in this?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So listen. So this is what happened.
I don't even know why it
I don't-
happened though.
So listen, this is what I've been reading up on. So the situation happened is both Jamal and Jamil's wives were arguing,
Oh yeah, that's
and so Caleb Plant comes in and try to break them up, to back them up.
They're arguing with
and-
each other.
yeah.
The wives, Jamil and
They
Jamal's
got
wives are
issues.
going at
Yeah.
each other.
And it's one of them ex-wife. I think it's Jamel's ex-wife.
I'm not sure, but her wives
One of the ex-wife.
were
and one of
going
his
at
wife. Yeah.
Caleb Plant comes in to try to break it up. Let me see, the one with the fro. So the one with the fro is
That's not helping
Jamal.
us, bro.
Jamal.
Because they
So
both
one
got the
a fro.
same
No, one
haircut.
has a fro and one doesn't. One has like a low haircut. So I think it's Jamal. So Jamal comes in, and when Jamal steps in, like Caleb Plant's like, let's get ready to go. The older one, the big one.
Somebody touched somebody's face though.
Right? Caleb Plant.
No. Before that, somebody was holding somebody's face.
Oh yeah.
I
So
didn't
I don't
see
know if Caleb Plant grabbed a girl by her face or somebody grabbed somebody by the face, and then that's what made Caleb Plant mad, and that's why he slapped him. He said, "Don't hold my face like that," or something to that effect.
So he walks up on him.
I was trying to find the rest of it. I couldn't find no other video.
He
Yeah.
walks up on him and like
Slaps
open
him.
hand slaps him like pow. And I'm like, dang, like y'all about to fight right there. So
that was Jamal. That wasn't Jamil.
That was the undefeated one. The undefeated one got slapped.
Oh, that's crazy.
The undefeated one.
Caleb Plant looks so much bigger than him.
So much bigger than him.
He
For
was
real.
huge, dog.
So this is. That's why I said it's rumor. So I was just looking at the thing today. They say Jamil is fighting Canelo, but they said on the undercard it should be fighting Caleb Plant versus the undefeated one. Versus Jamil.
Right. I don't know if I want that because Caleb Plant in his last against David Benavidez, he got beat like he stole something.
But they got Benavidez right now pound for pound second behind Crawford now. Crawford took pound for pound number one.
I don't agree that he's pound for pound number one.
He's undisputed.
I don't agree. I don't agree with it. It is what it is. I don't agree. There's one fighter. There's still one fighter. There's one guy.
Tank, but Tank can't go that high. Tank got no belt.
Tank ain't got no belts, man.
So what I'm saying is he's gonna go to that next weight class and get all those belts.
I don't think he's not that tall.
He
doesn't have to be that tall. It's the weight.
He can't put on no more weight.
Tank's already a Tank. How come he can't put no more weight on?
You want Tank to get 7 more pounds and then be slow in the ring?
He will never be slow.
Right.
He'll never be slow.
You got to think, if he's the highest he can get is 131, he's going to be going, I think that's what he weighed in, like 131
no, he's 135.
I know, but he came in, he's fighting at 135, but he came into the ring only weighing 131.
I didn't
when he just fought, what's the name? He came in the ring 131.
Did he?
Yeah. My bad, 132. He was 132 and what's the name? Ryan was 134 or 135. He just made the weight and what's the name Tank came in lower. But you telling me he put on what 7 or 8? No, that's 14 pounds.
What did Mayweather put on to fight? Who was it that he put some weight on to fight somebody?
Canelo.
Who was that?
That's the highest he went.
Was it Canelo?
I don't know.
But Canelo, he shrunk him down to 130 to 154. Because Canelo, we know is like 170.
Yeah. Walking around
170. But you go into 154 where you have to make 154.
Yeah, that's. I don't know,
crazy.
Man. I don't know. This
you guys think the weight thing is what did Spence in?
No, I'm not giving them. I'm not giving them no.
You don't.
No.
I mean, he didn't have no strength. He seemed like he was like. He just didn't.
He looked frail.
He looked frail.
I'm not.
He looked like he was high.
He was trying to push him, and he couldn't even push Bud. Bud was just standing there, just leaning against him. He couldn't even push him off it.
Right.
He was outboxed. He was out. And like
too. But
I can hear where you're coming from. That every boxer has his day, and he just had a day where he was just everything was just landing. And you could say Spence had a day where.
Man, it happened to Mike Tyson.
Nothing. No. That's the difference. He didn't even train for it.
What I'm saying is, training or not, it could happen. The only person that didn't happen to so far is Bud Crawford and Mayweather.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, and Tank.
Charlo.
And Tank. And Charlo so far.
And Shakur.
Well, one of the Charlos lost that.
Yeah, one of the
Jamal,
but
the older
I'm saying
one.
it hasn't happened.
The
where
older one lost the fight.
The older one hasn't lost. Older one
Benavidez is undefeated too, right?
Benavidez is undefeated.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it happens to the best.
Yeah.
It happens to the best, and I'm just saying, he clicked on every cylinders at the highest level, at the biggest fight of his career, and in all honesty, I honestly feel that Earl made a mistake. I wouldn't have took that fight.
It was the money.
You can't be the biggest fish.
It was the money.
Hey, man, run for as long as you can.
And he had 3 belts.
He did.
He was the one who had the belts.
Right. I said that.
I'm thinking about it, man. I know this guy's been through 2 accidents. I'm not sure how much more he's going to box anymore.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's taking this big payday, this double, this
double. Yeah. Was he only getting 70? Was that you last week that said whoever wins getting? This is something I heard.
It was. That's not true.
That's not true. They're only getting 70%.
He said it flat out. He made it to where it was 60-40 because it was before
whoever wins.
It was no. He was getting that regardless.
Who Spence was.
Yes, he was the big fish. He made it possible. That's why Crawford said, and he gave him his belts back to take home because he gave me this opportunity because he didn't have to.
Yeah.
It was 60-40.
I liked how respectful Bud is. Bud is cold.
No, for real.
But see,
I love how respectful he was.
But that's the thing. He's like the boogeyman. They know that they didn't want to take that fight unless they had to. If they didn't have to take that fight, that's why I'm thinking he might be on his way out. He might be, you know what I'm saying?
Spence is on his way out?
Spence might be on, I mean, he might be right into the sunset after this couple of fights.
You think so?
Do the Roy Jones?
I mean,
because Roy Jones lost to Tarver twice and dipped.
Yeah, I mean, but Roy Jones took some fights, a little here and there.
Oh, he did.
Nothing great, but he took some bad,
tarnishing fights, but I think that maybe he's on his way out. He's trying. I don't know. I just got that feeling from him. I don't see why he didn't have to take this fight. He could have went up with his belts and continued his career, but this is like something he's going to prove a point. What point do you have to prove? Are you going to get up there with those other heavier guys and perform like that? No. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. He looked little out there. He looked really little.
He looked it bigger than Bud, but he didn't look it little in the ring like little.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't realize he was like 5. He looked like he was like 5'5". Like I'm like, man, the camera didn't do no justice as far as
getting beat up on.
Yeah, he got beat up bad.
Like he was getting beat so bad, like he started shrinking in the ring. Like, bro, you came in taller than my guy.
right.
And your posture just was like, look.
No, you're right. Hey, man, shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford.
Shout out to him, man. Like I told you.
Undisputed.
Man.
Like middleweight, what is it, middleweight? No. Welterweight?
Yeah, welterweight.
Welterweight champion of the world, undisputed.
And I got one more thing, man. On the Caleb Plant slap, man. The Charlos, man, the girls end up fighting after all, right after that.
Oh, wow.
One of them pushed the other one down when they went outside trying to chase Caleb
when they
Plant.
was out there, out there the gate.
One of them got on the other one, and
Come on, man.
they start going at
That's
it.
crazy.
The Charlos got to get their women together.
Right, for real.
They can't be sister-in-laws fighting each other,
Right.
man. That's crazy. That's beef.
Yeah, that's wild.
They're talking about family. That we were just talking
might
about.
as well put them on the undercard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Put them on the undercard, man.
Stop
And just
playing.
settle it once for all. And once that's over, the beef
No
is
more- look.
squashed.
Done.
Hey, that'll make a lot of money.
Yeah,
Remember, the idea came from here first. Only Pond can judge us.
Oh,
Hey, put the wives on the undercard,
Put them
man.
in MMA. Put them in the octagon.
Put them in the box. Put some gloves on them, and put the headgear on them
let
too.
them train them too.
Yeah.
Let their husbands spread.
Hey, on another note, though, I just read something today that said the Charlo brothers said they would fight each other if the money was right.
That's the first time I heard that.
Look that up.
I heard that too.
Because they're not fighting out the same gym no more. You notice that?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
Because
that.
one of them fights out of Errol Spence's gym with his trainer. The other one is not there no more. They got a whole different, you know what I'm saying? Because remember, they used to do the Lions only thing.
Right.
Yeah.
They was all out of the same gym, and that's not the case no more.
They said that if the money is right, they'll fight each other. I don't want to see that.
The only thing is if Jamal goes fights somebody like Plant, or I think if he fights Pacquiao, or not Pacquiao.
Please
Canelo.
don't stop bringing him up.
Pacquiao's the greatest, man. Pacquiao, even though you had losses, you still the greatest.
Waited at what?
You the greatest, bro.
Greatest
Being
what?
a senator in this country? Greatest senator in this country?
That's what you great at, bro. Look, in my books, you the man. Look, but
Who's he looking
going back to
I don't know.
you the man in my book.
He trying to convince somebody.
Yeah,
you the man in my book.
Pacquiao, you're not a subscriber.
But listen, if he goes fight Canelo, I think that'd be bad for him. I think the younger brother is gonna be bad for him. And I think when did they fight? 2 weeks. I think
Canelo's gonna lose that fight.
I thought that's in November or something.
And that's coming up soon.
No, it's soon.
coming up soon. I think it's either next month.
Who you got in that fight?
Oh, Canelo versus Charlo?
Yeah.
Oh, Charlo.
Yeah,
bro.
me too.
Yeah. I don't. Whichever one it is, I got.
They're not fighting at 170 with him fighting a heavier anybody.
Just take who you say.
I got Canelo for sure.
Okay,
and you guys will be. You're one loss. I'm one wrong, and you're one wrong.
No, I'm saying you've never wavered off him. You're always wrong on him.
He only lost twice.
And both of those times you were wrong.
Well, I wasn't on pot. I wasn't potting. We wasn't potting when we picked the first one.
Okay.
We wasn't potting when
Okay.
with the Mayweather when potting wasn't
He got
there.
2 or 3. He got 2 or 3.
He got two. He got
so
Mayweather.
He'll have 3.
Come on, bro.
He'll have 3.
All right.
Next subject.
Yeah, right.
Bronny James.
Oh yeah.
Cardiac arrest. In a day's time, back to normal. Or went home within 2 days with normal extremities. That's a blessing.
It's a
But that's
blessing.
how scary is that? With as healthy as this young man is, that can happen. I didn't really get an explanation of what's what. Did you guys got any feedback on that? I've been searching. Nobody's saying nothing.
Anything about exactly why it happened.
Yeah.
And that's the scariest part of it all.
Right. That part.
This guy basically had a heart attack. This is an athlete. He's been playing basketball his whole life with his dad.
And in great shape.
Great shape. And then he has a heart attack. Yeah. You know, only thing I do know, I mean, I don't even want to be suspicious of any situation. I'm just glad he's okay. I'm glad that nothing happened. You know, I'm glad he's back with, he's fully able because, I mean, that's a scary thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And-
I don't even know. It scared me to death when I heard that. I'm like, what in the world?
Me
What
too.
is going
Me
on?
too. I have, when I graduated my high school at Falls High School, a young lady the following year after we graduated had that same thing. Had no problem all her life. Was at a what do you call them, summer practices where you kind of going with the team, but you just practicing like whatever it may have been. She just same thing. Never had anything wrong. Fell out and passed out, but no one was able to get to her as quick enough, like how they got the machines and all that. No one was able to get to her, and she passed away at the high school that I went to. So I know it's possible that someone cannot be diagnosed with anything their whole career, whether it be 14 years, whether it be 25 years, and then all of a sudden something like that comes up, and it could be like she might have had a heart murmur or something like that, or her heart at some time may have skipped a beat, but she really didn't feel it.
But that's what happened to the kid, remember, for the University of Florida. He was in great shape, and he just, out of a timeout.
On the football field, right?
No, basketball.
Oh,
Out of a
basketball.
timeout, he comes on the court, and he just faints and, like, almost dies. They had to bring him back.
Wow.
And then he's back playing and stuff now, but it's like, it's just a scary situation, man, and you just never, ever know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, obviously with Bronny, I mean, thank God that he's okay. You know what I'm saying? But just to hear that news and just a heart attack, and nobody's saying what happened or how it happened or what draw it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because, I mean, at the end of the day, you look at it like he's at a practice. I'm sure the gym has air conditioning, but however, how hard that sometimes they make the young people work from the high school level to the college level.
Yeah.
Who knows what played, what factors in that, though.
But do you think that his dad has a part to play in? That's why it's not so public. Because a lot of the stuff that we don't really hear about, and I respect, you know, LeBron. Like LeBron, you are to me my GOAT, and you never heard anything bad in the public eyes about the whole James family. Like you never heard anything, and I'm thinking this is one of them situations where it could have been something bad. We'll never hear about it because it's just how big.
I'm glad LeBron put it like that because
I agree.
That's dealing with a child.
100%. I agree too.
That's health.
I respect that he
privacy.
Yeah,
Right.
agree.
You know, and I know it's probably some business that factors into that as well. But you know, I know that I'm sure that after, you know, what happened with Chris Bosh, you know what I mean, and how his career came to an abrupt end. Yeah. Pretty sure they don't want to put any fuel out there that can be misinterpreted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's his life at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's his life either for his health, but it's also his career for what he wants to do with the rest of his life. So I don't know, man. I just wish that young man the best. You know what I'm saying? And I hope nothing else.
And I'm a huge fan of him, and I thought him and Isaiah Collier is gonna destroy it at USC. And I hope that it has no effect on his career, and that he's still able to play at an extremely high level and reach his goals and ambitions.
And so for me, I've been speaking with clients at the barbershop about this, and I kind of take a different approach to it. I kind of take an approach of the whole Danny Hamlin situation with the Buffalo.
Yeah.
That it is his life and he makes the ultimate decision on it. But me as his dad or his mom, I think I'm telling him, I don't want you to play no more. That's just my opinion. Because I wouldn't want to lose a son in that manner. For it to happen again, I just wouldn't want to see it happen. Because it's not something that we thought, like, Danny Hamlin actually took a hit and then kind of passed out. Like, this is something we don't know. Like I said, we may not know the situation, but I don't know how much hitting you can't take in basketball for you to just pass out. Like, that's something that you really just running.
So to feed off of what you're saying, so here's my perspective on that. Shaquille O'Neal's son had the same, a similar situation. And he had to have open heart surgery. And he's 100% back to normal in that fact. So it's just, I think it's really based off of the test, and obviously LeBron is going to definitely have the most quality doctors or whatever it needs to. So of course you can say that as a parent because that's your cub.
Right, that's what I
But
want.
at the end of the day, Bronny's 18.
He's ultimate.
And
I agree.
And he's his own entity.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would love to see, that's even a bigger story that goes behind it, that he's survived this situation. You know what I'm saying? A little different in football because you're taking those hits all the time, but Sharif O'Neal's a perfect example that he had the surgery that he needed, and he was healed and he came back even better. But you just never know.
I haven't seen Sharif play after.
Oh yeah, went to LSU. Went to LSU. He's playing in the G League right now. Yeah, so he's trying to get his career right. He had an appearance in Summer League with the Lakers. So I mean, my point is that he's still playing the sport he loves. Like, it's kind of hard just to take it away. Like, I don't know how Chris Bosh feels.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had to deal with that.
Right.
That's
That's a mental. Even so, you got to look at it like this, which brings another situation. When players retire against their will, we don't know what's going through their head something that they wanted to do to reach to get to that spot, the pinnacle.
Sure they're tortured.
Right.
That's got to be. There's got to be a lot of mental health for them guys that have to deal with things like that because it's going to take therapy.
Yes.
You coach high school, but you see these guys from when they're pups.
They're going.
Yeah, they've been training their whole life, practicing, focusing. Like you spoke about a young man earlier that he takes it so seriously. You know what I mean? He takes his craft so seriously. His practice, everything is for real. Joking is joking, but when he's in game mode, it's game mode. If it's practice, if it's a exhibition game, it's game mode. That's the way these guys are wired to become pros.
No,
they're wired like that.
That's a good terminology.
Man,
they're wired.
So when you get to that stage and then all of a sudden they tell you
something like that taken away,
it's done.
Right.
It's over.
So
it's not on your terms. It's done.
So we got something coming out soon we talked to Jamal, right?
Yeah.
What did he say after the 20 years when he was forced out? He was lost.
Yeah.
He's had to find something else too.
Those kids
fill that
did
void.
everything.
Yeah.
Right. So think about that. That's somebody that played 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of forced out against his will.
Yeah.
In the fact of, he's too old. So we're gonna do this, or you gotta be put in this box.
Yeah.
Versus just allowing it to.
We've seen it happen to Melo. We've seen it happen to
players.
Players. Yeah.
Right. And that's they're forcing the veterans out.
Yeah.
So imagining the situation where somebody that hasn't even got started, but has had stardom.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like that's a hard and tough pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? And how you kind of go about it is. So I hope the speedy recovery. I hope he recovers 110%. And I hope that he can actually play the game he loves again and create his own path. Because he said his whole year, he was LeBron James Jr. Right. And he turned to Bronny because he's his own thing.
Yeah.
And his dad respected that.
Right.
Which that's what I really respect about LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of, hey, I'm going to respect him as his own entity.
Tell him to watch out for algorithm, though.
Who?
Who? Who's algorithm?
LG from Space Jam.
Hey, you always got to throw something shot at Bron, man. You always got to throw a shot at Bron, man.
Man.
Hey, Bron, man, I hope you come back to see us this summer, man. I'm going to point my brother-in-law out to you, man. So you can see me like, that was that one, man. That's that guy, man. Just talking real spicy.
Man.
But yeah, man, like I said, Bronny James, like I said, we wish him a fast recovery, man. Before we go into the next topic, let's talk about, since we're kind of in the sports thing, the Saudi Arabian club, which is that oil money, right?
That's
which is that long money. They offered a deal for 1.1 billion. So 777 for the player, but for the club to say we're going to pay you to let us have him 354 million. What do you do as the club that gets that offer?
Yeah.
What do you do? Cash the check? What do you do?
I heard what the player has opted to do yet.
I haven't heard it either.
Because
I think we're still waiting.
Ain't no way you could and I think this is like 1 year.
One year deal.
Yeah, I think this is. But I heard I'm hearing for one. No. Yeah, it's a Billy contract, but 750 will go, or 770.
770 will go to him.
Will go to just a player.
But 354 to the just
to the club.
To the club.
So man, what is wrong with that?
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never saw nothing like that. We've never saw a contract like this.
Is he that good?
Mbappe's really good. I like Mbappe, but he's not.
Is he better than Messi?
No, Messi.
Is he better than Ronaldo?
No, but they're older. Mbappe.
No, that's not. That's you can be
he's
older.
trending.
Is he better?
He's trending. He's trending.
So trending. What does that mean?
It's like
He's
we
up
see
and coming.
Ja Morant. He's Ja Morant, and then we got LeBron.
Well,
like,
don't
okay,
do
well,
that.
I ain't gonna put Ja
that's
Morant.
I need
My
that because I
apologies.
don't understand.
He's
No,
like,
no, don't,
he's
but
like,
he just
I ain't
used
gonna put
Ja
Ja
Morant.
Morant.
He's not trending the right way
my
right now.
apologies.
Oh, yeah.
He's, I'm trying to think of some young stud. Like,
Keep going.
I'm like, I can't think of nobody young. Like Lonzo Ball. Like
You
Lonzo
know
Ball.
he's hurt.
Bro, who can I
LaMelo
go?
Ball. Anthony
LaMelo
Edwards.
Ball.
Anthony Edwards.
Okay, but he's a little better than Anthony Edwards because Ja Morant's a little
LaMelo?
better than Anthony Edwards.
Huh?
To me personally.
Okay, well, yeah. He just signed
Okay,
for
so
260.
Tyrese Halliburton signed for that.
Killer. Up and coming.
I want to know who's the Zion of that league then.
I don't know if they have a Zion. Like I'm not. Hey,
I'm not
listen.
talking about Zion.
Yeah,
man.
I'm not going. That's why I didn't throw Zion on this list. Like, if we wanted to say
He wants to do that. He's messy. That's messy Marv right there.
Shout out, man.
but Mbappe's the next up and coming star.
So
yeah.
he's the future.
He will be the face.
So he's like
when
what the Greek freak and what these guys
yeah,
are.
but he's I think he's only like 22. Like he's young. He's young. Like he came with the France team. I think they won the World Cup two or 3 years ago when the World Cup was on. He was the man. He was part of that team.
I don't follow soccer like
so
that.
He's
but
very good.
I follow contracts.
Yeah.
Like I said, because Jaylen Brown getting the $308 million, he's the highest paid player in the NBA.
Yeah.
People say he's worth it. Some people say he is. What's you guys' opinion on that?
I think he's worth it because
Okay.
I heard what he's going to do with that money is invest inside Boston. So I think he's 100% worth it. Give him all the money.
He's 100% worth it to you because of what he wants to do with it.
Yeah.
He's not 100% worth it for his game.
For his game?
Yeah.
So,
Your
Kay,
perspective.
Kay, I need you to pull up Jaylen Brown's stats from last
Your
year.
perspective. I'm just asking. If you say if he wanted because of what he want to do with the money, because if he wouldn't have came out and said what he want to do with the
'cause
money,
Tatum's the man. He's the A.
and
right?
I agree, and that's what I'm going at. So, if he's
what
worth
do you think
three.
what do you think he's going to sign for then? He's going to sign for
I would
almost
have if I
$400
was
million.
Boston. I would have had
Is
to
he?
sign him for 260. Either sign him for what Bradley Beal got, or sign him for what them
So
260.
so let's take a pause for the cause, and let's look at his stats for the last 5 years. What he's
he's
done.
been cooking.
So the
He's
last
been
5
trending.
years, what he went 20, 25,
Yeah.
24, and 27,
Yeah.
He's getting better.
shooting almost 50%
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
Anywhere from between 6.5 rebounds a game.
Rebounds and assists been staying consistent, but scoring,
Right.
his output has been there.
Yeah, I mean,
67 games played. That's actually a really good season. You know.
I mean, on the average is 60 plus, which is good. You know what I'm saying? If
Right.
you're looking for the last 5 years,
Right.
it's hard to say. So I guess I'm gonna ask a question with a question. I know you're not supposed to do that, but only Pod can judge me.
Only pie.
How do we determine if somebody's worth it or not?
So me, I think of worth is what do they say, that eye of the beholder. If he
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Beauty's
in the
in the eye of the beholder. I mean, your beauty's worth.
No,
Like
you're right.
Whatever
You're
your
right.
worth is.
You're right.
To whoever it is, because it could be a trash can to me, but to someone it could be a home.
Right.
You know, that's whoever's perspective of it. So I think that's what it is for me as far as worth. Like,
So
I can't say someone else's worth is worth more than another individual if that other person needs him or needs that individual a lot more than I would.
Right.
So
You know?
if Tatum's not on that team, are they still doing what they're doing?
They're not doing it, but he's worth 400 if Tatum's not there. Because I think them numbers are inflated if Tatum's not there. If Tatum's not there, I think Brown is going to average 36, 34. He might lead the league in scoring
Because they're going to feature him in the offense.
because they're going to feature him. He's a bucket, bro.
I like Jaylen Brown.
He's
I like
strong.
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
He's a
strong.
two-way player.
He's a two-wayer.
So what about old boy in Denver, the point guard?
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, that was cooking.
Uh-huh.
He was maybe he was just on for that series and he just looked like he was lights out, but he was cooking.
He's like that.
He's a playoffer.
So
He's like that.
he should get that same money that Jaylen Brown is getting.
No, I mean you gotta do it. It's the body of work over the period of time and what you mean to the franchise because he's had a lot of injuries and the Joker's had to carry. That's why he signed the deal he signed. But Jamal Murray did sign before he got hurt. He signed for 100 million plus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he's in that next stage, but I mean, as the the CBA goes,
Right.
which
Yeah.
is collective
exactly
bargaining
what it
agreement, and it's only going to flourish to more.
TV contracts.
So you think about it like this: Jeremy Grant, you even know who that is?
from Portland.
I'm familiar.
Okay, from Portland. He's not an all-star.
No.
He's probably a mid-level player if you just average the players out.
Yeah.
He signed for 160
160.
with
This
Portland.
year?
With
4
Portland.
years. 40 million a year.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like the places of where it's going.
Right.
Can you imagine the next contract that the Greek Freak is going to sign?
Yeah. Or old boy from Dallas, Luca. Like, bro.
When is it gonna get to the point that they got to do the Tom Brady and be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna take that money. I'm gonna."
In basketball, they don't.
Well, once they get too old, as you get older, it'll diminish.
But we
Because
can't say that because LeBron James ain't done it.
But he's not normal.
Steph Curry ain't doing it.
He's not normal.
Luca ain't, or not Luca, Dame ain't doing it.
He's not in the category with them guys yet.
But Dame ain't doing it.
No, but he's also he has a lot left in the tank.
Yeah.
Is he going to Miami or is he
I don't
still
know.
in Portland?
He made
He's
a
still in
decision.
Portland right now,
He's still in
but
Portland.
he don't put him on the level with Steph and LeBron.
I mean, I'm saying age wise, like he's up there.
No, he's not even close to their age.
Well, the one's 38, one's I think Steph is like 34, 36, somewhere around there, and Dame's like 33.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's
in
5
basketball.
years.
It's a lot in basketball
I agree,
years.
it's a lot.
That's
but
a lot
still,
in basketball
that's,
years, bro.
Dame is old. Dame ain't young.
He's in his prime. He's playing the best he's ever played these last 4 years.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's what I say with the prime is. I'm saying I'm not taking that away from
needs
him.
a team,
But what I'm saying is like Melo. Melo's Melo. But
Like
look at the
LaMelo
no, I'm talking about
Carmelo?
Carmelo. I'm saying
Oh, yeah,
Melo's
yeah.
Melo. But look at the contracts he was signing for down the stretch.
Yeah.
It just diminishes.
That or the minis.
Right. It diminishes as they get older.
Yeah.
So they're not going to give them like LeBron was smart because he was signing
2
2-year,
years.
$50 million,
Yeah.
making $50 million a year for the last 8 years.
Yeah,
when
but
people were still at 15, 20.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
were signing these big contracts.
He also caught Jenny Buss at a time where they needed him. You know what I'm saying?
But it didn't matter. It didn't matter where he played it. He
went.
was going to get that regardless of where he went.
I agree.
Period.
I mean, can he still continue to get $50 million?
Well, let's look at LeBron James' stats per K for the last 6 years. This is going to blow your mind.
I ain't
This is
gonna blow mine.
This is going to blow your mind.
Arcades. Because Arcade
No,
is
Arcade, this is
gonna
going to
blow
blow your mind
Arcade.
because
Consistent.
there's nobody that you've seen in the last, I would say, 10 years that can maintain that stat line in
At this
all
age.
categories.
At this age, though.
At the age.
From 32, look at if you bring up the last
Like
6 years,
it's-
from 32 to 38. This
So
is
it's
last
like
6 years.
it's like abnormal, dog. So
Right.
if you go, let's go from 2012.
We'll go from you can go from 12. You can go the
No,
whole
let's
screen.
go from
is
14. So
whole
from 14,
screen.
when he went Cleveland, he averaged 25, 25, 26, 20, 28, 27, 25, 25, 30, and 29.
Well, 30, he had to carry the team, right? Because AD was out.
And no, AD was still playing. That was the AD was playing. AD still played in that season.
He averaged 30 the year before in 2022, bro.
Yeah.
At 37.
But look at the rebounds though. The rebounds and assists. 7, 8,
Yeah,
8,
he's at-
7,
it's-
or 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Assists. 7, 7, 8, 9.
That's not normal.
10. He almost, I think he led the league in assists in 21.
Okay, that's
How
not
tall is he?
6'9".
Oh, stop. That ain't got, ain't got nothing to do with
They
it.
ain't got nothing to do with it.
But the assists though.
He should be getting them numbers right.
In the
If he-
assists?
if he's-
How come everybody else at 6'9" ain't doing it?
I don't know. Maybe they're not trying hard enough.
But not only that.
Hey, you guys, listen.
But not only that, 32 years old to 38.
Yeah.
Well, look at the minutes played.
Yeah,
the
he's
game,
doing
the
his
game,
thing.
the
He's
game
out
is a
there.
48-minute game.
Yeah.
So at 38, he
I
played.
mean, the fact he's been available at this age.
Right, for sure.
Being able to play, yeah.
For
So
sure.
that goes a
So
long
think
way.
about it. Last year, the year 2021-22, he averaged 37 minutes a game. That means he only set out 9 minutes a game. He set out 9 minutes a game.
He
That's
played 56 of them.
that's
That's
just
a third of the season.
we have to
Third of the season. That's it.
we have
Or
to
2/3
appreciate
of a season.
we have to
Two-thirds.
appreciate-
We missed the third. We missed the third.
we have to appreciate
Yeah, that's that.
not only him, but we got to appreciate greatness in the NBA
Yeah.
because when they retire,
You gonna miss him.
there's really done.
There's-
You never saw another Magic Johnson. It probably will never happen.
Yeah.
You never saw another Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
The closest thing to it was Kobe because he tried to emulate it.
Right.
But you're never going to see another Kobe Bryant. There's nobody's drive
Yeah.
is that at all costs. You're never going to see an Allen Iverson again. You're not going to be 5'11", 6 foot, 150 pounds, dominating the league at a high level every single night.
Did you see that last thing? D-Wade getting retired, Hall of Fame. But you know, Allen Iverson's bringing him in. He's doing the speech for it.
That's smart.
Real smart.
AI, he changed the culture of basketball.
That's exactly what D-Wade said.
He changed the culture of basketball. So that's what I'm saying. In this NBA that we watch, like I said, of watching the sport, there's like, you know, there's not, when it comes to the elite of the elite, there's not another person like them. No, and so we just got to continue to cherish it.
So who's up next, though? Because he's you know, long in the tooth. Who's up next?
The Greek freak, Luka Doncic. But Luka Doncic is honestly, what's the difference between Luka Doncic and James Harden? There ain't no difference.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic is the white James Harden.
Basically.
To me. In my opinion.
I mean, it seems like
because James Harden was destroying the league when he was in Houston.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But James Harden doesn't. He gets talked about, but Luka gets the praise. What has he done in the playoff runs? Nothing.
That's why I've always been suspicious, because I've heard so much about Luka, but I've never really. I haven't bought yet. You know, I'm not buying that stock.
Well, statistically,
I mean, I'll put him on my team. He'll be the leader of the team, but they got to build around him or something.
Yeah, but they'll never do that.
You got Kyrie Irving now. Jesus, what more do you want?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Man,
we got to see how that goes.
You had the unicorn. I mean, man,
they should have let him go, though.
You had pieces, bro. Yeah. But so Luka, he's young and he comes from a European style of basketball.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I'm not gonna say he doesn't want to win because I don't know the man. But sometimes it looks like in his actions like he's okay if he doesn't win.
Selfish.
Does that make sense?
He's content with him leading the league in scoring.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Yeah, that's not cool at all.
Yeah, Giannis, Giannis wants it.
Yeah,
he wants it.
And you can tell by the way he drives. He drives with that intent.
Right,
he's trying
bro.
to win the game.
That's what I'm saying. These guys that are. Jason Tatum wants it. He's still learning.
Agree.
Though.
Yeah.
Agree. I agree.
Now
think about how good he is, man.
He could be the next. You know what I'm saying?
He could be the next.
Right.
That was the only name that I was going to make mention of, because we want to make mention of Ja, but we want Zion. We can't, like Anthony Edwards. I think Anthony Edwards is another dog.
He wants
and
it
he
too.
has it. I agree. I 100% agree. But the only one that really comes to mind, who really I think is up next, who we can see taking over, would be because you got to think John or Greek Freak's been in the league like 11 years.
Yeah,
we won't think that, but he came in like 17. And I think he's like 26, so he's been in 9 years. Like he's been playing for a while. Even though he played overseas, I think his first year that he played over in France or wherever it was where he was from, where he got drafted before Milwaukee brought him over before we came on the scene. But still, he's been in the league a long time. But Jason Tatum, I agree with what you're coming from. Jason Tatum could be he looks like he wants it. Like there's a difference between individuals who play the game, and there's a difference like Allen Iverson, like really wanted to try to win him a championship. Like he really wanted to go to. So when he made it to the finals, it was like, man, in relief, like I really made it, but he really wanted to win that championship. Like there's people who really want it, and then there are people who are just playing. I won't say collecting because I'm not gonna disrespect their craft, like they're professional.
Right.
So I'm not gonna disrespect them, but they are.
Some people are playing for the stats.
They're just getting it
because they want to make the Hall of Fame. Some people are.
Yeah.
So
or playing for the check.
So with that being said, that's where I'm like fencing it with Dame Lillard. Like Dame Lillard to me at times show it that he wants to win a championship, but then with him being loyal to Portland, there's not a championship being made there, and there's nothing being brought there. So it's like you're playing
because Portland's not loyal to you, Dame.
But
I agree.
But I respected him before because I think he was taking the old school approach.
But they were
I'm here.
This is
I'm
a new
solid.
school basketball.
Build around me, and I think he realizes that now it's not going to change,
the
and he's got to make some changes.
Everything old school is over with.
Yeah,
everything.
There's not
big man
one person.
Now
let me take this back. How I want to say this. Giannis may finish his career.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Steph may finish his career.
Yeah,
Steph will.
So that's probably, but say he might.
Yeah,
because
he's still young.
Because when they gave him the $200 million, imagine what he's going to get this next time around.
Exactly,
it's probably like $500 million.
If he don't win, anybody's going to give him $500.
I'm just saying he's already there.
They're not going to let Steph go out of Golden State. I don't.
No. He's probably the last of the Mohicans that stay somewhere for his career from that. Like I'm trying to think of anybody else that hasn't moved, and he has not moved anywhere. I don't see him going anywhere. They made him the franchise.
Yeah.
Like Devin Booker,
He can go.
He's up and
going-
he could, but
he
I'm just
can
saying
go.
he's up and coming. Like he wants to win.
Yeah, that's true.
He wants to
Yeah.
win.
Does he have the bag though for it? Does he have the toolkit to win?
That's a good question. But you got Kevin Durant on your team, so who cares?
Yeah, you do, but KD ain't looking like
For how
old
long?
KD either to me.
Well, you got to. If you look at his stats, though, RK, they say different.
Yeah, but you got to think about
Yeah,
health
but
too.
it's see, I can't do the stats. I'm like you, the
You gotta
eye of the
get help.
beholder, man.
The
I kind of
stat-
take a look
so
at
the
them.
stats. You got the stats creates the eye test.
Well, it's
if the
still
peop-
not for me. I could watch it. I could watch. You can see the guy play all season. And he's played all these teams, and he's getting numbers. He's doing his thing. He's averaging well. But then when it comes down, when the rubber meets the road, when it's crunch time,
What is the rubber that meets the road? Is it the playoffs?
playoffs.
Okay.
When the
So
playoffs,
in the playoffs, what do you average? 30?
I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah.
30
Something like
plus.
that. Yeah, he agree. I agree.
So
I hear where he's coming from.
so
He's
all
getting
I'm
enough.
sa- All I'm saying is, let's not act like Kevin Durant's young either.
I'm not.
He's been in the
that's
league
what
for a
I'm-
long time,
That's my
too.
thing. He's
But-
older than two, but
He
I
might be
think
older
he's
than Steph.
playing like. Let's say you go to the park to play some hoop, right?
Okay.
You got the OG out there. He's out there hooping. He's buckets all the time, but he's taking 16 dribbles and backing everybody down and turning around. But he's buckets every time. You respect the points, but
Hey.
you're like, man, the ball is, you know what I'm saying?
In a
Is it-
pickup game, if I wanted to keep running to get my cardio, AOG, you running, bro. Like,
but you feel where I'm coming
I
from.
do
though.
wanna
It's
shoot,
a different type of game.
But I
different
look
pace.
at his situation. Kevin Durant now has Devin Booker and Bradley Beal.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
So I'm saying,
we'll see
Yeah.
a decline on his impact
right.
to Phoenix. That's what I would say. Because his impact in where was he just at? Brooklyn.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
His impact, he had to have put up those. He had that score 32.
And I think he's won 2 championships, and he sees that he has an opportunity to win another one. To let these young bulls loose.
Yeah.
And then I'll close it.
He has to.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
the young
And
bulls
if he
loose,
does
and then I'll
that,
close
Yeah.
it.
it'll work.
And that's
It'll
that's
work.
the part of
Yeah.
what I'm saying. He's still going to average 25 because he's Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is he let these young bulls loose. Let them average both 30.
Yeah.
Let them both average
I'm
30.
exactly.
He can average 25.
He almost has to take a D-Wade approach to it.
Yeah.
A D-Wade with LeBron, not a D-Wade with Shaq. Because with the Shaq, he was the bull.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then when LeBron came, he kind of like,
us back seat.
LeBron, go do your thing.
Yeah.
And then if you need me to fill in and close, I
got
think
you.
he took the LeBron did. LeBron took the least out of all of them. They let Bosh take the most money. But yeah, he took the back seat. Like D-Wade
Yeah.
took the back
Yeah,
seat.
it just like I said,
I wanna get another championship.
The money is going to be there, but the money's always going to be there as long as they can still do it at a high level.
Yeah.
When they feel that you can't, then that's when it diminishes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Dame, go to Miami, Dame. You know what I'm saying? Good with Jimmy buckets and start running.
Is that a good look? Him with Miami?
Where else could he go?
Does Dame play defense?
No.
I don't know.
Miami's known for what?
Defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But do they hide him? I will agree
That's
that.
Who's the-
because I will.
That's a good question.
what's the name? I can't remember his name from Toronto. The
Kyle
point
Lowry.
guard.
He's still
Lowry.
there.
Yeah, was he playing defense?
But he was
Defensive
coming off the
guy.
bench. Kyle Lowry is actually a really good
Defensive guy
defensive.
takes
He
charges.
really is.
Yeah, he
He
gets
is a
steals.
defensive guy. Like
Yeah, he does.
he's a sneaky defensive.
Yeah,
He's
his
not
game
lying. He
really-
might have let the
he-
league.
he
game
keeps
is-
him in
is-
He
front.
might have let the league
Sneaky
get
is
charges.
right.
Like
Yeah,
it's a sneaky.
because he's sneaky.
He's
there.
sneaky D.
Yeah.
He's
He's
quiet.
going to play D and he's going to play
Yeah.
hard and he's aggressive
Yeah.
and he's physical.
But
Yeah.
but Dame is gonna bring offense at a level that they need.
Yeah.
Who else is a
You're-
bucket?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Tyler Hero's a bucket. Jimmy Butler's a bucket.
You gotta trade
But
for
Dame is a bucket.
Yeah.
But does that work in their scheme?
Yeah.
I think so.
Because I was gonna go.
I think so. I think it's
instead of going to Miami, I was gonna say go to Boston. Because in Boston you can get hot. They can hide him too. He could just be an offensive
That's
weapon.
too much firepower.
that's crazy.
I don't,
but
who's the
trade him-
guy?
But you gotta trade. But you gotta trade JB.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
not
man,
trading him.
nah.
That's
You gotta
yeah,
get
they're
rid
not
of.
trading-
You
they're
gotta
not
go
trading
get
him
rid
for
of
Dame.
JB.
They're not trading him for Dame.
I wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't.
And
either.
that's no knock against Dame or JB, but I just wouldn't make that trade. I think that
Jaylen
what
Brown
they got there
6'7",
works.
Dame Lillard 6'2", 6'1", and he's older and he's injured every season. And when he's injured, he misses 25 plus games.
I
And
think that's just Portland
whatever it is,
vacation.
whatever it
Yeah, he
is,
wanted-
he's doing.
wants
He's
out.
starting to take days off. Like he wasn't taking days off before.
Yeah.
Right.
But now he's like, look,
Right.
you ain't bringing nothing in for me. I ain't about to just.
Yeah.
I think Portland might have came to him and like, damn, if you sit out, we can get a high draft pick and might be able to get Victor. Because I think they got like the number 3 pick or 2 or 3 pick this year.
Right.
They were like, man,
But he
damn,
don't
we
wanna-
sit out.
He
we
wants to
gon-
win now, though.
He
He
wants
don't
to
wanna-
win. I believe he wants to win, But when he was pulling that whole Portland thing, I'm like, bro, I don't know how much winning he want to do.
I think he started changing when Chauncey Billups became the coach.
I think so too.
Because they were trying new things at that point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got rid of C.J. McCollum.
That's exactly what I'm
You know
about
what
to say.
I'm
When
saying?
C.J. McCollum
That didn't
got
help
rid
that.
of.
Nah,
yeah.
not at
People
all.
thought it would help him.
That's
That
a
didn't help
rebuilding
him.
move. That's
Yeah.
not a
He needed C.J. McCullough because it made his job a lot easier.
A lot easier.
Exactly.
For
A
sure.
whole lot easier. You had another bucket on the floor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, going hard in the paint still. Australian robot building homes at 1,000 bricks per hour. I mean, no, what is it? Hold up. Bring that up for me, Kaya, so I can make sure I'm saying this right. When we looked at this topic, it seems like it's fake.
Yeah.
But the robots are building houses in 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The robot was able to lay bricks 2 hours, 1,000 bricks in 2 hours.
Was it safe?
No, that was a robot. It was an arm.
Yeah, I know, but is the house safe? Is it stable?
It's stable.
So,
Yeah.
It's
So they
stable.
were saying that the robot, the way they built it, it was able to shave off bricks that were like kind of like too big, or
Yeah.
it was able to set it in exact place,
Wow.
like immediately, like right away in 2 hours.
That's the construction industry
So put it
right
to you
there.
like this. Here you go. Perfect. The stat is there. If you would read that for me, Dwayne. I want you to read it what it says as far as they're laying 1,000 in a matter of an
I didn't even know
hour.
it was made in 2016. Made
Right,
in 2016,
yeah.
able to like
Right.
I didn't
Right.
know.
1,000
In an
bricks
hour.
in an
I thought it was
hour.
I thought it was 2 hours when we seen it in
Right.
2 and an hour.
So
Sheesh.
then look at the other part. So typically,
Dang.
a human bricklayers, what do?
Lay 300 to 500 bricks per
In a day.
Come
with
on,
the
man.
record being 914 bricks laid in an hour. So the record, the Guinness World
Sheesh.
Record, the top ever.
The best person
Yes.
in one time.
at
Or just
one
did it in an
time
hour.
did 914. Couldn't do as much as the robot does on the regular.
Right.
And I didn't know
Wow.
since 2016. Like
Yeah.
when he brought it up, I'm
So
like,
think-
it's
so
just
think-
been around that
so
long.
think about how long
2016.
Yeah.
Just think about all the advancements. Think about how many
Sheesh.
iPhones generations in which since 2006.
For sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that said 300 to 500 in a day per person.
I don't think you guys are listening out there.
In a day.
There's a robot that they've done it in Australia. It's been done already.
Jeez.
Where it laid 1,000 bricks to build a house in 1 hour.
Oh no, the house was done in 2 hours, but it laid
The
1,000
house was
bricks.
done in 2 hours,
Yeah, they said
right.
they're able to complete it in 2 hours.
Right.
But it's able to lay 1,000 bricks.
That's
in an hour.
absurd. That's taking away jobs.
Man, that's gonna take away jobs. It's gonna. We already know the robots is gonna change everything, man. But that's construction jobs immediately. Gone.
Hell, those are, and I don't mean disrespectful, but the Mexicans do work. They do work. They work.
Yeah, they get down.
But they get down. I'm not gonna lie to
Get
you.
down. I used to do roofing. Them guys get down. I'm not gonna front.
I used to put in siding when I was a young buck, and we had a young Mexican was out there just and didn't stop, take no break.
My guy said, he said they're like 2 or 3 humans at one time, man.
They really are, but still, a Mexican is the one who probably put that 950 up there. But
See, man.
I'm not disrespecting him, but look, he's probably the one that has that. But to put 1,000 bricks in an hour, sheesh, and repetitively, and since 2000, I'm sold on the 2000 since 2016. Like,
Right. So
Yeah,
here's the other interesting part of that, though, Dwayne. They said if the brick doesn't line up, it will take it and sharpen it to
Shape
make
it.
sure it's shaped so it
Yes.
fits.
Wow. So that thing is just zooming.
Right.
Yes,
I don't
it's a
hey,
computer.
It's borderline scary. I wouldn't want to actually watch it
Man.
physically
Yeah.
face to face because that seems like it's
Right.
too. It's
I would just see my house done. Like,
Yeah.
But I think is it laying the foundation? Because I don't know if it's putting it on the roof. It's just laying the
It
bricks.
didn't say the roof. It's saying
Yeah,
laying the
so it's just
foundation.
laying
Yeah,
just the foundation,
yeah. If
laying
you
the
have a
bricks
brick
like
home and it's all bricks,
Yeah.
and the cement that's in between and the concrete is in
Yeah.
between, it's laying it perfectly.
And it said it
where
has some glue.
fits.
Yup, it has
Right.
a glue. It lays down the glue
Yeah,
in
the
between
mortar
it.
and all that,
So you ain't
yeah.
got to mud nothing. You just it
Right.
lays it
Oh,
itself.
man.
And if it don't
Seriously.
fit, they're gonna take it out and sharpen it to make.
Wow.
That is
Yeah.
ridiculous,
Look at
man.
that. And those ain't even the small red bricks. Those are the big
are right.
bricks.
Those are the cinder block
Oh,
joints, like a
yeah.
double sided.
You know how heavy it is
man.
to be able to pick up one of those.
Hey,
Those
I
are
put
things
those
that
on the side of my hoop to keep the
They-
hoop
Right.
level. Like,
Man, they built those with they built houses down in Florida to withstand hurricanes
Yeah.
with those,
Yup.
man.
Yup.
Yeah, bro.
Yup, foundation.
That's and so it just shows you now that you see it's 2016, it's showing you where the technology is even present 2023.
That's crazy.
Hey, this is the world we live in, man.
crazy.
Phil Collins taught us that back in the early 90s, man.
He put big cinder blocks down there.
That is truly
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
Look
it
at
is.
that.
somebody's job is in trouble.
Yeah.
If that comes to America, there's a lot of jobs
A
done.
lot
Yeah,
of jobs
because
in
guess
trouble.
what, though? You better be the person that owns that company because you still get paid for the job to get done.
Yeah.
So how much money do you have to pay for that robot, though?
That's crazy.
But you're only paying that. I mean, you paying that, but you're not. It's no downtime.
Right.
You don't have to pay for no
Right,
vacation.
but so you know they're gonna do it at where they're gonna do it at. They're not gonna give you a reduced rate when you have to buy that robot. That's retail to the
Man,
fullest.
they ain't lowered the prices at the store, and you got to bring your own groceries now.
That's true.
and you ain't getting no bags.
And you ain't getting no bag.
gotta-
I went to Walmart and I'm like, where the bags at, bro? Do I pay for my bag and then tell you, look, show me my receipt? Look, I got 3 bags. Give me. I did that. I'm like, bro, where the
Man, my
bags
son
at?
be pressing 0 for the bags, and we be having like 5.
Listen, hey, I did that.
They can't be charging for the
I did
bags,
that. I did
bro.
that one
I'm
time.
saying, it's a scam.
Look,
It's a
I did that
shame.
one time because when you're
It's a
going through
scam.
the checkout and your groceries come at the end of like a Safeway and it rolls to the end of it and you bag it, they don't charge you for bag then. So I'm like, if they don't charge me for bag when it's bagging that way, why am I going through this self checkout and you charging me and I gotta put
You
in
got
a
to go to
number of
self checkout
bags?
because there's no other lanes open.
I agree to that too because there's
Yeah,
nobody
that's the
working.
part- that's the
There'll
part.
be like there'll be
Right.
like eight to 10
Right,
lanes.
that's why-
and it'd be like 2 workers. Like you gotta
Right.
ring. One of them, I had to ring the bell for the clerk to even come over. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
ring the bell.
Bro, that's why I
for
don't like
someone
going to
else.
Safeway, but you got to go because they got the deals with the Safeway Club
They
card.
do. They do. That one
And
for
the
mine.
gas.
And the gas. And the
ga-
rewards.
and the ga-
Yeah.
right.
Rewards.
Because that's where I get my gas
Yeah.
from. Like, so it's
Man.
just like,
I go back in the 90s or the 80s. It had to be the 80s. We were out drinking water out the water hose, and somebody
Man.
said one day they gonna make you guys pay for water.
And you guys just look and
I was
still
like,
doing it.
Yeah, we was drinking out the water hose. Like, no, we're not. Just,
water's free.
Water's supposed to be free, but now look,
Yeah, bottled water. You paying for that
bottled
bottle.
water.
And they, depending on the
Almost
name,
someplace
the
$4.
name that's on the label is how expensive it's going to be.
Exactly.
Right. For real.
And it's crazy because in our minds,
we think it's
certain
different
waters,
water. It
certain
tastes
waters taste
than
better
others.
than others.
Yeah.
Right.
Are we tripping? Or
Right.
are
No,
we?
bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
You
water
think
is
they
water,
really, are they
like-
really flying that water in from Fiji?
Right.
Yeah, no.
But don't it look good in that container?
But it does look
It
good.
look good in that
And some
container.
containers do look better.
Right.
They really do.
Right.
Like
Like
that's
if
they put their money
you
back
give
and put
somebody
it
some
in their
Arrowhead,
product.
they're like,
Oh man, that come out the toilet.
right,
bro.
I'm not drinking no Arrowhead. But then you get somebody some Aquafina, it's like,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No. Old heads like Arrowhead.
Yeah, they
Do
do.
they?
Old heads do.
Yeah,
But
nah.
young heads
you
don't
see
like
her face. You look at her face.
No, right? She's a young girl. No, yeah. Old heads, they like that. I'm talking about older.
Yeah.
We're old heads, but they're older heads than
Yeah,
us.
old-
Yeah, I don't like
older
Arrowhead.
heads.
Yeah.
You got to give me some Voss. I want
Man.
that glass
Oh
container.
yeah,
That-
yeah.
that's
Or,
not
I
nice.
want the Fiji.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
that's bougie. We too bougie.
I like the Fiji,
I'm-
man.
I'm,
It's nice and crisp.
Right.
Hey,
Right. How is it refreshing? It don't got no crisp. That's amazing,
That
bro.
is.
I'm a
man.
Dasani.
You like Dasani?
Dasani's solid.
Okay.
Dasani's middle of the road. Like I'm middle of the road.
I'm really
Yeah.
on the new kick of that. What is it?
smart or is
Not this. It's
it
what
starts
is
with
it?
an I.
What is it
it the
called,
red and
man?
black label?
No, it's the I think Body Armor makes it, but it's a certain type of water. What is it called? That
That liquid death.
oh man,
I had Body Armors for the over the weekend. I bought a pack, and Body Armor ain't bad.
yeah, it ain't bad at all.
Bad
But it's a
Armor.
certain type of water that we drink that they
Ain't
say.
bad. Watery.
I
but
can't remember
ain't
what
bad.
it's called, but hey man, at the end of the day, if it's cold and it has refrigerated when I'm thirsty, it all tastes like Kool-Aid.
You
know what I'm
it's
saying?
all-
It
it's
all
all
tastes
good.
like
It's all
Kool-Aid.
Oh
refreshing.
man, when I was
Right.
in sack that 106 degrees, man, it didn't matter where it
Anything.
came.
Look, they say,
It came from the
Man.
water hole.
That was that water hole.
Right, right.
Man, just need some water, agua. You know
Nah,
what I'm saying?
man. Not like I
H2O.
say, man. Going to the next thing. So the top 10 richest rappers of all time, current, present, today.
Man.
This list that we see. Did you guys think it would be in the order that we see?
No.
And I know the people out there, we're gonna tell you guys in a second, but did you guys think that order would be that way?
No,
I didn't
because one of the richest rappers ain't even a rapper at all.
agree, and I'm right. I didn't even know he was even on that list.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was on that list. I didn't know he was that high for one. But then at the same time, I'm like,
yeah.
Well, one of
There's
them,
a few of them on there.
well,
I'm
two
like,
of them that are on there that's not rappers.
Yeah,
that,
there's two of them.
and they
yeah.
but they got their hands in so many pots. You know what I'm saying?
They got their hands in their artist pockets.
Yeah, that's true
no,
too.
no, number 9 don't.
No, not number.
Who does not?
Number
Oh, we're talking
two.
about with the highest.
I'm talking about number
Oh,
two.
they're up there.
Talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
number two. But
So-
number 9's not a rapper either. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true too.
number 9's not a rapper.
So let's go. Number 10. Lil Wayne, 170.
170.
Weezy
I
S
can
Baby.
believe 170.
He's been doing it
I
for
can
how
believe
long? Since he was
170,
14?
150, 170.
Since he was 14?
I wonder
Yeah.
if that's after Cash Money cashed that check or not. Because remember, he was mad about his bread for a minute for the Young Money run he had.
I don't know.
I don't think. I think that's.
I'll take being worth 170.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice.
I'll take being worth 170. So if you're being worth 170, you got more than that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying with the
yeah.
assets that's put in place.
And I think that's after because I think before that when we looked him up at the barbershop, I think he was only like at 95.
Gotcha.
So I think he got his money from that 170.
Everybody says Usher, Chris Brown, the money talks and all the BS
But
walks.
he's been around a lot longer.
Hey, I just did that. That was a shot. Shot fired.
It's always saying money talk. Look. Hey, look, money talk.
Right.
What was it again? BS walk. What was this?
Money talks and BS walks. But hey, taking nothing away from Chris Breezy.
Chris
But I'm
Breezy
just saying,
is an animal.
he's his own
Yeah.
entity.
Yeah.
He's his own entity.
And
But
Usher's not a
Usher's
rapper.
been doing around for
right,
a long time.
Usher's definitely not a rapper.
But did you guys think 180?
180's crazy.
180's crazy.
But
had a lot of albums.
he's been doing it. But also he got so many appearances and everything that he does in everybody's videos.
Yeah,
and
Has he been in movies before?
yeah, he's been in movies.
Yeah, but I just didn't think. A lot of these guys have multiple businesses, and Usher seems like he's a guy that has one
Right,
lane. So
right,
that is
right,
kind of
one thing.
surprising. For
But he
me.
also has part ownership in is the Houston Rockets. He had part ownership in yeah.
so he has-
yeah.
he has some investment, so he did good with his money.
Yeah.
then.
It's either Houston.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Okay.
Cleveland because remember he was at a lot of
It
LeBron
was
games.
Cleveland, but it was Houston
And then
because
he
he was
just-
rocking with
yeah.
James Harden for a minute. He had some money invested
Oh,
in that.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Then you got
Shout out Usher.
you got Master P. Holla if you hear me.
Yeah.
Oh!
Shout out
Yeah,
Master P.
that's our era. That
200?
sounds about right. He
200,
had his
been
own
around a long
label
time.
and
Yeah.
he was killing the game.
Yeah,
Man, he was printing money for a minute,
Yes,
man.
yes,
For
he
real.
was.
We thought when we heard
man.
Master P, we thought money. Like we looked at
Yeah,
that like,
with the
man,
gold
that
and
guy got
platinum
money.
chain, you know what I'm saying?
Percy, we called him Percy.
Yeah.
Like, Percy got paid. Then he made I Got the Hookup, and the movie was
look,
so weak,
he
but
did
everybody
so
loved it, though,
weak.
man.
Hey,
Everybody loved it,
that's
man.
that
Go back and watch
independent
that.
money. He did it on his own terms.
Yeah.
Hollywood didn't come to him.
Right,
When
right.
you go back and watch
That's
that
right,
movie,
bad
That is
go watch
crap.
it on
Yeah.
like a 1080 or one of them high quality televisions. It's so garbage. You're
It
like,
ain't
bro,
made for that,
we
man.
really, it ain't made for that.
You gotta
Like,
watch it on an old TV.
got-
you know?
Right,
I'm like, bro,
right.
this is terrible
That's
watching
old
this.
school.
This is a very hard watch.
Black and blue.
Yeah.
Shout out Master P, man.
Beep for service.
AJ Johnson,
He
man.
put out so many movies in that time, though.
Yeah, he
did his
did, man.
thing.
Master P,
Yeah.
man. Shout out to Master P. I've always liked Master P, man. He always filled the void for something. He tried out in NBA.
Yeah,
he
did.
like really did it like from
He
the
went on a
ground
run,
up, man.
Yeah, he
For
did.
He was
real,
like
man.
that uncle that had a lot of hands in a whole lot of
Yes,
stuff. He was.
and
Right?
the one that you aspired to
the
be
one,
like.
the one, right? You were
Shout
like,
out
look, I
Master
can look up to
P.
him.
Shout out Master P.
Seriously,
Pharrell, 250.
He-
250.
That's a lot of.
Jeez,
That's
dude.
a
He's
lot
another
of,
one that must have
instrument-
investments that
Yeah,
we ain't
either
knowing
But
investment-
you got to
or
think
he was
about it.
in on a lot
He's a
of,
professional beat maker, and
yeah,
people paying
exactly
$1
what I
million
was
a
gonna say.
beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he,
Yeah.
you know, and he's
Producing.
getting publishing too.
Right,
so-
and the
Yeah.
Neptunes,
Yeah.
the Neptunes sound
Do.
right,
Yeah.
dude. And you know, Pharrell, when he made I'm Happy, that was on the movie soundtrack.
Yeah, so that's big
You
time.
see what I'm saying?
You know, he produced, he had helped produce Rex and Effect, Rump Shaker.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
I didn't know that.
You would know that from like that shit.
Yeah.
That's
That's-
from them
bro,
old.
bro, that's
yeah,
old
thing.
school.
That's
right.
what- I mean, you
That's
remember
old. Like
Rump
that's
Shaker
money
came
came
out,
out
that
a
was
long
big.
time.
Right.
Yeah, he helped produce that.
But think about it. The Happy came from the Minions.
Yeah.
That movie, how many different
He said he wrote that
Minions?
for CeeLo Green too.
He did.
That's
I
crazy,
did hear that.
bro.
Yeah.
CeeLo Green actually came out and said that.
That's
when he
crazy.
was on one of, he's on one of them music shows.
Yeah.
And CeeLo Green was saying that song was real.
And this guy right here,
Crazy.
man, Aubrey, man, 260.
Oh,
And
Drake.
he sings.
You mean the rapper that
sings.
Drake?
But to be
Raps.
worth 260 this quick.
He's
Drake?
an animal, dog.
If we gonna look at the names of
Yeah.
the
OVO.
before him,
Oh yeah, no, but
they've been a
he
long
was
time.
like he said with him, dog, his stuff sells out for
Yeah.
3 years in advance, man. And his concerts is sold out 3 years in advance. Like it's booked. You might as well
Crazy.
book it. They trying to get an extra show at whatever city he's in because one is just not enough.
Well, it's not enough. He's got to be. I mean, arguably active
Active.
Oh,
rappers, he's the biggest.
He's the biggest for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
he's
And
the
performance-wise, he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I never seen him perform.
He's
That's
unbelievable.
crazy.
He's the Taylor Swift right
He
now.
got hits though. He's got so many hits.
First name greatest, last name ever.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
That's crazy.
Hey, Drake is Eminem. Come on, man.
Come on.
Eminem number
Hey,
5.
no, I would believe that's my guy.
How much?
Look, y'all know how much?
280.
280.
280.
Jeez, Louise.
He's doing great with his money. Cause that's old money.
Yeah.
That ain't no new money. What if you know Eminem come out new? I don't know nothing new.
Yeah.
So if he had 280 back then, 280 back then was doing it.
And he's
Hey,
doing good
you know
with
what?
his money.
Side note, didn't Usher create Justin Bieber?
I think he
That
had a
was
plug and
Usher.
play. He
That,
had a
no,
plug
that
and
was
play. He had
Usher
a
that
bunch of bringing
discovered.
them out.
Yeah.
He discovered
Yeah,
him.
Justin
Yeah.
Bieber.
Yeah, that's
so he got
right.
charged for that.
Justin Bieber's the biggest too.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And so I just thought about that, but back to Eminem, man.
Another side note, Eminem. I'm surprised well, we're not done with the list, but there's somebody I'm surprised isn't on it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But 280, man, 8 Mile,
Yeah,
Yeah.
280.
Dr. Dre,
Solid.
you know, 50 Cent.
And it goes
Family
in,
Tree.
but it
Yeah.
goes back to what we're saying. Like his 280's made. Like
Yeah.
he hasn't gotten into like fashion, cologne.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
his 280 is like
All music.
it's like
Music and investments.
music and investments. Like
sure.
his 280.
Yeah.
But then you go to Kanye's.
Kanye West.
Come on, man.
Listen,
400
come on.
million.
One of the
Yeah.
greatest
Still.
producers of all time, man.
And they
Still.
took whatever they took from him. It
Look,
don't
they
matter.
took-
He still got
They took
400 million.
1.6 from him, but look.
Hey, man, he's a different deal, dog. Whatever he
Yeah.
put his mind to, he showed that you could use a higher percentage of your
Unique.
brain,
Yeah.
and he just made it happen.
Unique.
I mean,
Very
think
unique.
about the run that he
Very
was
unique.
Oh,
on,
man,
man.
he was unbelievable, man.
Come on.
He might have had a good
808s
run
and
from 05
Heartbreaks
to
drop. That was crazy.
Bro, Jay-Z said,
18.
you guys recording this, man? That's Kanye West right there, man. he wild Jay-Z, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, this guy's
Man.
different, man.
He is. He's crazy.
Kanye West.
He's crazy. You very unique.
And
That's
then
all-
he did
the
the
word for
Yeezys.
him.
Come on, man.
Yeah, the word for him is unique.
Yeah, definitely,
Like,
for
he's
sure.
unique.
Then you got, come on, man, this guy right here is the best beat maker of all time.
God.
My
Godfather.
guy,
The
Dr.
Godfather.
Dre.
greatest ever.
The
$780
Godfather.
Come on, man.
million.
Come on.
$780 million for
Come on,
Dr.
put some
Dre,
respect on that man's name,
Hey,
Dr.
man,
Dre.
you
But
can
about
have it all.
five, but about
saying?
580 came from the
Come
beats
on.
though.
Yeah,
Stop
we'll take
playing.
it.
580 came from the beats
We'll
though.
take it.
And they were hot at one time.
Yeah,
I don't see
but-
none of, does any of the kids still wear them?
They still
I
wear
think-
them.
They still wear them?
Even
still
though
wear 'em.
that money, a lot of that money came from beats, multiple investments and things like that, I still think his catalog is the strongest catalog in all of hip hop.
Yeah, nobody really want to go at him.
His catalog is the strongest catalog in all of
He
hip
got
hop.
50
with,
Cent.
all, with everybody under him?
He got Snoop, 50
Yeah, with
Cent,
everybody,
Eminem.
with everybody under him, I agree.
He got Snoop,
You
50
can
Cent,
go
Eminem.
1, 2, 3 into the 4, and everybody gonna be able to rap every word after that.
No, that's a
Yeah.
fact.
Come on,
I
man.
agree.
That's a
Come
fact.
on, this is Dr. Dre we talking about,
This
man.
is Dr.
Or-
Dre.
You know what I'm saying?
California love
I'm saying.
Hey, she's rocking her head to it right there. Hey, she was rocking her head to it right there. Yeah, knows how to party. Hey,
Yeah.
come on, man. When he did
Yeah.
that
What about the
video,
end of
Pac-
I think that's what they saying on a Richter scale.
Man, it's still Dre Day. Come on, man. All the
man.
stuff with
I'm just drinking from straight West Coast. He had that song with Doc Turtle. He just got
man.
hits,
What about
man.
all the stuff with NWA?
Yeah, but didn't he
I'm
have stuff with him?
saying,
He had
man,
stuff
he's
with
the
him.
guy.
Gangster,
Yeah,
Come
Eminem
on,
with him
man.
too.
Yeah,
so I'm
for
like,
real.
I'm like,
Come
bro,
on, man.
Dre.
When you hear this,
Yeah.
doom, 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 doom,
Oh,
doom,
that was-
doom.
Come on, man.
He made that on the commercial when he was in the plane making the beat, man.
Yeah, that was
He
crazy.
made it in the club on a Super Bowl commercial, man.
Yeah, he
Hey, what
crazy.
about when he had him tango with in the video?
Yeah,
He did the tango, man.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Hey,
that
man, this
one.
take me
That
back
was-
to my
remember that?
childhood.
Oh.
It was at the end of the video. They did the dun, 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 they was dancing. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
They was dancing,
That
man.
was crazy,
They were
man.
dressed up. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then you got, come on, man, P. Diddy. What's his
come
name?
Oh,
Puffy.
yeah, Diddy, man.
Come on, man.
Billy.
Sean Combs.
What's his
Billy,
man?
Come on, man.
Is that Billy now?
One Billy.
Billy.
I thought you said they call him Billy. Like,
Oh, no.
that boy done changed his whole name. Like, they call him Billy now. Like, bro.
Hey, I don't know none of Diddy's names, man. I don't
Man.
even know.
Hey, but man, he's been
Before
around
Bill.
for a long time,
Yeah.
man. And he's
Great investment.
Danity Kane. He's at shows, Farnsworth Bentley.
Yeah,
with
Jodeci,
Mace.
Mary J. Blige.
Come on,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? He got history, man.
Yeah, he does.
Since Uptown
Yeah, he does.
Records,
And
man.
then there's that
Golding.
one. And then there's that one guy, man.
Yeah,
He just has it in
the
everything.
greatest hustler ever.
He's just
He
$2
has
billion
it.
strong, man.
Hey.
There's
Greatest hustler
nothing
to
else
do
you
it,
can do
man.
about it, man.
Man.
$2 billion in the pocket,
$2
man.
billion.
And
I
then
believe that.
he said he got the
Right.
baddest chick in the game, rocking my chain. Come on, dog.
Man,
Then he got Beyonce in his arm.
Is-
How does
is-
he lose?
Are they including that
No, that's
Beyonce
him.
money, or is
That's
that
him.
look?
That's him.
If them both together, because I think Beyonce might be a Billy.
I don't know if she's quite there yet.
I think Beyonce, Raquel, look him up. I don't think Beyonce's
a Billy.
I think Beyonce.
I could be wrong.
Beyonce's like
Man.
1.2.
Is she?
But them together, sheesh.
yeah, that's
3
power.
point. Oh, she 7. 1.4.
Wait, Rihanna is worth 1.4
No,
Rihanna.
million.
Rihanna.
You know how many Grammys? You know how many number one hits she has?
Guess who?
Taylor Swift is worth 740.
Hey.
Beyonce's only 540.
Hey,
How Beyonce third on that list?
Guess
Man.
who
She's the
brought out
queen
Rihanna?
bee. Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his.
That's his.
What
Yeah.
is-
J. Cole. That's Jay-Z.
But what did she do to get that 1.4 billion?
You know how many?
Taylor Swift
she's-
is she's.
Rihanna
she's-
has.
Oh, that clothing line.
Oh yeah.
She has it.
Yeah.
But she has the most.
She's like the Kardashians with that.
She
has
has makeup. What else?
Yeah.
Skincare, clothes,
Yeah.
lingerie.
She has
Okay.
she has
She
the
knew-
most number one
yeah.
hits, like living wise.
Who?
Rihanna.
Rihanna?
Well, you saw it in the Super Bowl.
Only one that has more than her is like the Beatles. I think Michael Jackson or the Jacksons, the Beatles,
Listen to the names you
and
just
like
said.
and like and
Those
like
names you just said
Yeah,
are
those are
crazy.
great.
and like
Those are
and like
crazy.
not Mariah, Whitney Houston. There's
They-
only like 5 people ahead of
yeah,
her,
those are
4 or 5
greats.
people ahead of her, and then she has
The most Grammy awards.
the most number one album or number one
Hits.
hits overall. It's like the Beatles. Look up top number one hits, top 10 number one hits.
Yeah,
she's probably like 5.
She got bangers.
You know what's there?
Well, you saw it at the Super Bowl. She
Justin
did it
Bieber's
pregnant.
probably there.
That's crazy.
Justin Bieber's higher than them.
The Beatles have the most number one hits of all
Yeah.
time with 20.
It's like Beatles, the Jacksons, and then it's like
That's
and
crazy.
she's on that list. She's like 5. You wouldn't believe it.
Is she?
Yeah,
That's
Rihanna.
special.
Because
man.
her stuff goes worldwide. Because she's whatever she is
Yeah.
from the islands.
From the
So
islands,
her
but
stuff.
still though.
Her stuff goes.
I
Her
never
stuff
thought.
goes everywhere.
The Beatles aren't from the islands and they crazy. Stevie
Oh
Wonder.
yeah, Stevie's on there. Look,
Janet.
Stevie
Janet.
and Janet are 10. Are tied
Whitney.
at 10.
Whitney,
At an 8.
and you're gonna hear, and you're gonna see,
Madonna has 6.
and you're gonna see,
The Supremes.
Dreams.
she about to come up.
Michael.
Michael,
Yep.
we're number 5.
Come on,
There
bro.
she is.
Rihanna,
Come on, bro. 14.
14.
Come
we're
on,
number
bruh.
4. Elvis Presley.
Come on, man.
18. It was Presley at 18.
Mariah
She's
Carey.
Beatles
and
at
the
20.
Beatles.
Come on, man.
That's
She's
crazy.
4.
Yeah, that's
I
shit.
You
didn't
didn't
know
think
that.
that. Look,
I
you
didn't
didn't know
think
that.
that at
Number
all.
4?
No,
No
Jeez.
wonder she did the Super Bowl. I was kind of wondering like how.
No, yeah,
why was
she's-
trying-
everything they played in the Super Bowl
she
was
cold.
cuts.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
yeah.
It
real
was
though.
cut. They were cuts.
She was pregnant up
And she
there.
was pregnant.
Yeah, and she was
Flying
on that
around.
scaffold and all that.
Yeah. I was nervous for her up there.
I wasn't.
I just
You
say,
wasn't?
man,
Go on, girl. Look.
you just
She had all that belly up like
Man.
you really realize it, like I said, in the rap game like that, those guys have all put in work. Everybody up there is what, at least 10 to 15 years strong. Besides,
yeah.
Except Drake.
No, but he's been doing it just
Yes.
not on the
Yeah.
mainstream.
And look at where he's at already.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
He's the youngest one on there.
Yeah.
You know, all the rest of them, man, they
Those
just
all,
they
they
just
all
collect,
30,
collecting,
They might be even 40 plus.
collecting. Well, Jay-Z's in his 50s.
Who's the young? I'm saying who's the youngest after
Dr.
Drake?
Dre got to be in his 50s too,
Maybe
right?
Lil Wayne.
Look, I don't think Lil Wayne might be 40. He got to be
Usher's
40
in his
something.
40s too.
Usher's like 46,
Hey,
45.
Usher grew up with us, RK.
Yeah,
You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yep,
So,
yep. I remember he was a
my
little
way,
kid.
right?
Hey,
Yeah.
right. Look, what's the 9805? I think
think-
that's what it is. 9802, something like that. The little,
Uh-huh.
hey, the drop top. Beat,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 7 o'clock on the dot.
Drop top, cruising
Yeah.
the streets.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, this has been fun, y'all. I'm
Man.
gonna say this to you guys, man. When you can have fellowship and conversation with people that you love, man, it makes it even easier
Yes,
and
sir.
better to just dialogue, man. This has been a fun episode.
But you know what else, though? I'm
Talk
going
to
to echo
me.
that. But you know what else? We've been going for a little while now, and it don't even feel like time.
No.
But that's how family is. When you get together, just as one, you guys can time just don't matter. Like you're just enjoying each other, and it just
it
flows.
does disappear.
But you know, it feels like it's like 10 minutes, but we've been rocking for a while.
And we still
like,
got to get to RK's house to get a little bit of cake and ice cream,
Oh,
man.
yeah, man.
Look,
They over there kicking it right now without us. As soon as we
They
get back to
kicking
the
it.
house, we gonna
Man.
partake
Oh,
of
yeah.
ours. Issue. You know what
Hey,
I'm
man,
saying?
we got this part right here, which is rapid fire.
Yeah.
Are y'all ready, though? Are y'all ready?
hey, last week was actually solid because I think we disagreed on a lot. We might have agreed
You
on
guys,
one.
and see this one right here. I don't know. I want to say this one, but because I'm gonna be involved in this one because I like to argue with him because you're not really a fish guy.
Yeah.
But I said the fish house or
Come on,
catfish corner.
Have you ever had the fish house before though?
I haven't had neither one.
Okay.
Fish house is in Tacoma, famous
house.
fish place.
Come on, man. Y'all know where we
And then
repping.
catfish corner.
Come on, man.
Is it in the central district?
Come on, man. Y'all know. I'm not gonna knock y'all. Catfish corner's tartar sauce. I'm not a tartar sauce eater, but I did sample it and taste it. The tartar sauce does smack, but hands down, fish house, baby. Hands down.
Okay, you disagree,
Tacoma.
right? You
Tacoma.
never had it? I'm going to go with catfish corner. I'm going to take
Tacoma.
Arcade spot, and that's the only one I'm going to take.
Tacoma. We rapping.
Rain or
Tacoma.
snow?
Rain.
I'm gonna go snow.
Okay.
I don't like my stuff getting wet, man.
Ice Cube or Snoop Dogg?
I'm gonna go Uncle Snoop.
Ooh. I'm Ice Cube. Cube, yeah.
Tony Gonzalez or Antonio Gates?
Tony Gonzalez.
Antonio Gonzalez, yeah.
I'm gonna go Tony Gonzalez too. I
Tony
like Gates.
Gonzalez or Antonio Gates? Tight ends, some of the best tight ends
Kansas
ever.
City
Tony
or
Gonzalez, yeah.
San Diego.
Okay. Emmett Smith or Barry Sanders?
Barry Sanders for
I'm
me.
gonna go Barry too.
Okay.
Emmett had a line, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Barry.
Jason Tatum or the Greek Freak?
Ooh, Greek Freak for me.
I'm gonna go Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Steph or AI?
AI.
Ooh, from you?
Yeah.
Dang.
What?
I was gonna go AI, but I'm like, dang, I thought for sure you were going Steph.
Nah, AI, man.
Ooh. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go AI too. I thought for sure he was going Steph. I thought for sure. I'm like,
Oh no, I'm reasonable, man. Come on.
Man.
Pizza Hut or Domino's?
Pizza Hut.
I'm gonna go Domino's for sure.
Pizza Hut.
For sure.
But I like New York style anyway.
Domino's be too greasy.
Pizza Hut.
Domino's or no, not my. I'm gonna go Domino's. Pizza Hut leaves the grease on the bottom of the box.
That's
bro.
the best type of
I mean,
pizza.
yeah.
That's
I
the
don't
best
want
type of
that.
pizza.
Yeah, that pan
No,
pizzas. You know,
I don't
everybody
want
know
that.
that. That's number one in the world.
Right. Blackberries or strawberries?
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
strawberries.
Blackberries. But I seen it something that said Tom Brady doesn't eat strawberries because it has too much pesticides in it.
I believe it.
He said
I can believe
you
it.
can soak them in water and
it's still just
and
everything will
whatever
just
comes
come
out
out
of
of
them.
it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
enough pesticide to kill something else.
Wow.
I believe it.
Waves or curls?
What do you mean?
Like wavy hair, waves in your head, or curls in your hair?
I'm not going
My
Jerry.
hair or
Just
not-
period.
I'm
What
not going Jerry.
look would you rather have? No, not Jerry curl.
I'm not-
Just
oh.
curly.
I'm going waves, bro.
waves?
Okay. Best running back in the NFL right now. One name.
Oh, these are best in the NFL right now.
One name.
Ooh, mix.
Who?
Go ahead.
Who you about to say? Christian McCaffrey?
Nah, Christian McCaffrey. Nah, man, I'm not buying the hype, man.
I'm gonna go Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, who you got?
I'm gonna go Mixon.
Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, bro. Stop. He might be 10.
Oh, he just sent it to his rim,
I thought for sure. I thought he was gonna say Nick Chubb. I'm like,
I
Nick
thought
Chubb.
he was gonna say Derrick Henry.
I could have said Derrick Henry too. Yeah.
Cuffs or creases?
What was somebody make that? I don't even know. I'm already creases.
E40.
That's
Yeah,
E40.
that is for
Yeah.
Cuffs or creases?
I'm gonna go creases. I'm an old head.
I'm gonna go cuffs. No creases in my pants. No
I'm
creases.
gonna go creases. I stood up.
Last thing.
Starch them jokers.
And you can't hesitate and don't stumble. You're taking 5 guys from the NBA.
Oh, I thought you were talking about burger.
No, you're taking 5 guys from the NBA, and it's one game only to win a championship.
Oh,
Who's your
man.
5? And you can't say the same, but you guys go back and forth. Guards, point guard,
In all time?
all time, point guard,
Yeah, I don't think I had a
Magic Johnson. I got Magic Johnson in my point guard.
point guard,
AI.
shooting guard,
KD.
shooting guard,
Jordan.
shooting
I
guard,
guess I gotta go Kobe because I was
small
going
forward,
LeBron.
small forward,
Pippen.
Power forward.
Power forward. Malone.
Duncan.
Center.
Shaq.
What was the Asian guy's name?
Yo.
Hey, guys, that is a wrap. We love y'all. Another episode of Only Pod Can Judge
Only
Me.
Pod Can Judge
Hey,
him. Look, Only Pod
RK
Can
is still
Judge
off the num juice from this weekend, man.
Only Pod
He's
Can
still
Judge
getting the
him.
festivities up. We love y'all, man. It's
man.
another week, man. You guys got anything in closing, gentlemen?
Peace, love.
Yes, sir. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself.
We love
It
y'all.
don't cost much to give a compliment.
Only Pod Can Judge
Only
us.
Pod Can Judge.
We
us.
out.
Tacoma, I'm repping.